Yeah. Laura Robey, Kingdom Radio. Pressure don't stop, so I don't stop either. Pressure on me, pressure on me. Feel the whole world pressing on me. Walls closing in, still I stand tall. Back on the ropes, but I swing through it all. Pressure on me, pressure on me. Family, money, season all calling for me. I can't break, I can't bend. Pressure made a monster out of me again. Alarm going off, but I ain't slept yet. Phone full of problems, I ain't checked yet. Crew needs answers, client wants a date. Bank looking light and the bills don't wait. Season at the door like ready or not. Inventory stacked, but the cash flow's hot. Goals on the board that I still ain't hit. Smile on my face, but I'm sick of this. House needs work, truck needs tires. Family needs time, business needs fire. Everybody wants Ron to come through, but nobody knows what Ron's going through. One guy quits, one job move. One client says, can you discount too? I laugh real quick like it's all okay. Then pace the floor to the break of day. Walls, balls getting closer, chest getting tight. Mind running laps in the middle of the night. But when it gets dark and I'm low on sleep, that's when the beast comes out of me. Pressure on me, pressure on me. Feel the whole world pressing on me. Walls closing in, still I stand tall. Back on the ropes, but I swing through it all. Pressure on me, pressure on me. Family, money, season all calling for me. I can't break, I can't bend. Pressure made a monster out of me. I'm in the truck with a cold black coffee, talking to myself like nobody can stop me. But truth is, Fizz riding shotgun, trying to tell me that the whole thing's not done. Every fall comes fast like a freight train. Same old race with a brand new pain. Leads coming in, crew spread thin, trying to turn chaos into a win. Customer says, can you get here Friday? Another one's lights wrapped all down the driveway. Another one's magic for a discount price. And I'm thinking, man, this is my whole life. The Kingdom Radio playing in the background. Laura Robey voice saying don't back down. This ain't the time to fold or freeze. This is when pressure makes history. I start moving different, start talking less, start crossing off problems one by one on the desk. I don't need easy, I need control. I don't need comfort, I need my goal. Pressure in the morning, pressure at night. Pressure when I'm wrong, pressure when I'm right. Pressure from the dream, pressure from the past. Pressure from knowing this season moves fast. Pressure from the number I said I'd hit. Pressure from the losses I don't post or remit. Pressure from the silence when the room gets still. Pressure from the question, do I still got the will? Yes, I still got it, I'm locked in. I still want it, I walk in. Laura Robey with the weight on his back. Kingdom Radio with the voice on the track. Pressure try to bury me under that pain, but I came out sharper with a brand new name. Can't fold me, can't hold me, can't slow my pace. Put pressure on coal and watch diamonds take shape. Pressure on me, pressure on me. Feel the whole world pressing on me. Walls closing in, still I stand tall. Back on the ropes, but I swing through it all. Pressure on me, pressure on me. Family, money, season all calling for me. I can't break, I can't bend. Pressure made a monster out of me again. Pressure on me. This ain't the end, it's the test for me. Weight on my shoulders, fire in my chest.
Baby, this is your jam, ain't it, boo?
Oh, yeah. It's my jam.
Laura Robey, Kingdom Radio. Pressure didn't bury me, pressure built me. Season coming, good, let it come.
Yeah, good. Let it come. Let it come. Because it is the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind podcast. My name is Ron. I am always with my beautiful wife, Laura.
Hello. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, we just got back from a fantastic vacation. If you don't know who we are or who I am, my name is Ron. I like doing podcasts and I like installing Christmas lights, and that's what we do for a living. We've been doing this for how many years together?
8.
And I had about 4 in the bank before we met, 4 or 5 in the bank before we met. And it's just one of the most awesome things. But after you get back from a vacation, it is freaking go time. I am locked in and fired up. That's how I'm feeling today. That's how everyone should be feeling if you're in this industry. Now is go time. Now is the time to stop bullshitting around. Let's go. And that's what we're doing, and that's what's going on. So welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah. If you wonder how much he gets into it, we got into the driveway at like 3:13, and at 3:15 he was back at the desk. That's how serious he is about all this. I'm just trying to catch up on the mastermind. Y'all have been busy for the last 10 days.
Who's been busy?
Everybody. It's been popping. I have not been on there in a hot minute. I see some of y'all trying to be sneaky and stuff.
Oh, yeah, there's been a couple little ones like that. It's been a couple little ones like that. But we have a great show. We just got back from the Virgin Islands. The Virgin Islands, Bahamas, Miami. We just got back from there for our pre-Christmas vacation. And what else have we been doing, Bo?
That's about it. Since we've been back, it's been hit the ground running and try to get everything together.
Yeah, we do have some exciting news to share with you that July was a record-breaking month for Kingdom. We've never sold as many items and everything, any record in July than ever before this year. This has been a record-breaking season so far. July has been. And it's all thanks to the hard work and ChristmasContractor.com. What's up, Devin Blanchard? What's up? What up? What up?
Brother, what up?
What's up? Yeah, so before we get into Christmas too much, or whatever we're talking about.
Or not enough.
Who's been watching the Tupac, the Tupac trial with Keefe D? Have you been seeing that, babe?
I haven't watched it.
It's on day 3 right now.
Dang.
It's on day 3 right now. And my homie Tupac, let's see if we can. Have you ever heard of Tupac?
Of course, I've heard of Tupac and Biggie Smalls and all the other ones, but as far as following the trial, I have not been following it.
Well,
I've been doing 7 loads of laundry.
That's why we go to Thug Mansion. That's the only place where thugs getting free, and you gotta be a G.
Thugs get it for free, baby.
At Thug Mansion.
I've never.
A place to spend my quiet nights. Time to unwind. So much pressure in this life of mine. I cried times I once contemplated
suicide.
And would have tried, but when I held that knife, all I could see
was
was
my mama's eyes.
No one knows my struggle. They only see the trouble. Not knowing it's hard to carry on when no one loves you. Picture me
Yeah.
misery.
I'm afraid that I'm a country and metal girl. That's not my jam.
Well, we love some Tupac and old Tupac. Yeah, so Keefe D is finally 30 years later. They finally got Keefe D in the courtroom, and day 1 was awesome because day 1 of the trial, they broke it down like every single thing that you've seen in documentaries and you've heard on the street. They broke down the whole entire what happened, how Keefe is connected, Puff Daddy, Biggie Smalls, the whole entire story. They put it all together in the opening statements. It was really must-watch TV. Is that right? Must-watch YouTube, must-watch video content.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, there was a straight-up gangster. Straight up OG gangs, not some fake ass gangster that you're probably thinking you are, like some OG, not OG. This dude is straight.
OG.
You ain't OG. You
Don't
you
be telling me what
original.
I'm not.
You original from back in the day.
I'm like an OG.
No. You ain't no OG. My homie right here is OG. Let me pull him up right here. Let me pull him up right here. This dude right here. This is
He's wearing a plaid shirt.
This is James McDonald. That's his government name, but this is Mob James. This is MOB James. So you have the Southside Crips, and then you got the MOB, which was with Suge Knight and stuff, and the different 2 parts of Compton. And my man over here, when they're asking him a question about, like he already said, I don't want to come over here and be a witness and going into the courtroom and snitching. And the reason why people going to jail and stuff, because what I say, you might as well just treat me as a hostile witness, because I ain't going up there and saying all this and this and this. So this is what kind of courtroom that it is. And let's see what this OG had to say.
I'm aware of a lot of things. Things that was going on. People ain't talked about it in 30 years. Today ain't one of them. I don't mean to be funny, but here's the thing. A lot of things happened that night. a lot of things happened weeks and weeks after that night. Me or anybody else bringing up the dead is wrong. A lot of people got hurt behind this situation in itself. Living the life and how we lived in Compton is one thing. You bring back all of the guys that made it, like me, I'm 61 years old now, to rehash and relive this situation again. I told every attorney in here that tried to get me to come here, you better treat me as a hostile witness. And I think that's where I'm about to go now, because you're asking me questions. I can't answer those questions.
Okay, well, let me.
He's just a straight OG. I mean, he went on to say some more fly shit later on, but he's just a straight OG. Anyway, it's
If
not really.
you say so.
It's not that important to look at it right
If
now,
you
but he's
say
just a
so.
straight OG. And whenever you look at some straight OGs that's still an OG at 60 years old, he was like, look, I'm a grandpa now. I got grandkids, and I'm not proud of who I was back then. But this guy was like head of security for Suge Knight. And he had some firsthand knowledge of what happened and everything. So really good. Really good court TV type of situation, and listening to this, if you're a hip hop fan from back in the day, and the Biggie Smalls and the Tupac and what the hell happened, it's finally that it's nice that we're finally getting justice. But Keefe D has been all over BET, he's been all over the internet and pretty much confessed to it. So I don't even know what the hell we're talking about, except if you just extract what happened on all these interviews, that he pretty much said that he was there and he was the one in the car and he's the one that gave whoever the gun that actually shot Tupac, and Tupac was the one that beat up his brother. You see all that stuff, yeah, but there's really no evidence that puts Keefe D there, with the exception of his own admission. And Keefe D has this attorney. He's got like all tats on his hand and stuff, and he's really doing a good job. I mean, I don't know how much it costs to put that dude in there, or if he did it pro bono just for the attention, but he's doing a really good job, I think. So it'll be interesting to see what happens right there. All right, moving right along. If you have any comments about Tupac, I'm sure no one does, but if you do, holla at your boy. Speaking of people, let's look at it real quick, because before we get too much into the show, all over the country, all over the world, babe. All over the world, there are still people listening to Kingdom Radio and the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind. Let's take a look at this right here. Yeah, look at that. We are still going strong. We even got one person who decided to listen in Alaska. It had to be to a rerun because we didn't do it. We kind of fell short. We only have one person in Africa, but America's still strong. Europe's looking good, and still got 3 points in Australia.
Good numbers.
Yeah, so we're doing good there. We're having a good time.
We're having a good time.
All right, what do you want to talk about first, Boo?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about court TV or who's gangster and who's OG and all this other crap. Let's talk about, I'm going to try the brand new Alani flavor and see what I think about that. That seems more important than who killed Tupac after 30 years.
Baby, justice is very important in America.
Very strawberry, little orange.
Justice is very important. It's a near and dear to my heart. The justice system is completely broken in the United States, and it's a big deal. But we don't have to worry about that right now, because we are locked into Christmas lights right now.
I'd like to talk about Christmas lights. Let's talk about that.
I'd like to talk about, baby, let's talk about, and me, let's talk about
all the good things that are happening.
All the good things and the bad
song
things
is.
that made me. Let's talk about. Yeah, let's talk about Christmas lights is what Laura was trying to get into. All right, so yeah, Devin Blanchard's going hard.
Yeah, vacation was good. I wish I could go back. I need another week, maybe 2, maybe a month. I don't know. Jury's out.
Yeah, I guess Devin does some kind of nonprofits or something. What's up, Devin? Anyway, all right, so we're going in here. So you want to go into our trip? What happened last week? From last week to this, or last 2 weeks?
Last week, the last 2 weeks. We can talk about that.
We could talk about that. Okay, so I got some pictures. What do I got here? Oh shit, I don't have any pictures.
I thought you took care of that. Oh, somebody's slacking.
Let's talk about my pictures.
Somebody's slacking.
See, I have to reset my computer every time we do one of these because I got so much shite going on.
Too much going on.
I got too much going on around here. All right, so here we go right here. Let's bring this into focus.
Bring it into focus.
And let's bring in.
So this wasn't the first time that we've been on a cruise. We've been on like 10 since he and I have been together. We go often and it's very relaxing. This will probably be the last time we do the carnival because it was like a carnival this time. So we do love the Bahamas, and we got to go to St. Martin and St. Thomas and San Juan for the first time. And it was awesome. St. Martin is definitely, I could see spending a week there.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And I thought it was St. Martin. Apparently it's St. Martin.
St. Martin.
St. Martin. Let's look at these, my friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we spent a lot of time on the French side, and we really.
Don't tell your dreams to everybody around. Some people smile, but wanna see you down. Keep it quiet, don't make a sound. Let your success be what shakes the ground.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's all you got?
No, I got some albums. I got some albums. I got some albums. I got some albums.
So if you're wondering if the water is really that blue, it really, really is.
So this is like before we're leaving, we're like, shit, even though we're leaving on, what day was it? Friday or something? We left on Friday.
Yeah.
We left on Friday.
Yeah,
so after the
Friday.
podcast, like we're like, hey, let's go get the haircut. Let's go here. So we end up eating at this restaurant. We were like pretty much on vacation days before the vacation, right? So this is us sitting at a sushi restaurant getting Levi's haircut. Getting his hair cut.
Cleaned up.
Yeah. And then here's us on the way to the airport. The four of us, I would say. On the way to the airport. And then the United Club.
It's always a good time.
It's always a good time, but it's not as good of a time at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's a great time at, when they start serving drinks at 9.
10 o'clock is the sweet spot.
Yeah. Nah, buddy. I haven't been on the mini at sea. You're talking about with what's his name? J.R. Matos, who does that mini at sea. I haven't been there, but I would love to attend something like that for sure.
They have a Santa one.
They do?
Yeah, there's a Santa Claus that will go to sea with you.
So this is us in the seats, and I don't know where you guys sit on the airplane when you guys take trips, but Laura, she's a first class type of person, and I don't blame her, but there's only one seat in the plane that she'll sit if she had the choice, and that's the very back of first class.
5F is my spot. I love that seat. There's nobody behind me. I don't have to worry about people. I'm just in a quiet little hole. He doesn't like it because he gets served his snacks last, but I love that spot.
No, I hate the spot.
And also, if you sit up nice and tall, you can wave to the steward or stewardess, and they'll bring you another drink.
Laura likes that spot because she likes smoking on the plane. And so you can smoke your vape back there in the corner, and you don't have to worry about someone saying, hey, you're not allowed to do that. So she likes that spot for that reason. But I don't know. If you had a third row ticket or a second row ticket to a game or sporting event or anything, you might say, oh my God, these are awesome tickets. I sat there the whole time and just obsess over how did the two people or one person in front of me get a better ticket than me. I mean, I'm just focused on that, and it's hard for me to even see the game or hear the concert because that's the type of person I am.
Well, that's because you're a snob.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. All right, moving right along. You know what? I tell you what, when I said, if you just send me a hat and I'll wear it, if you just send me a hat and I'll wear it, I mentioned that on the podcast. When was that?
A few weeks, a month ago.
A month ago?
What day it is. Ooh.
Dude, this guy who sent me this wintergreen hat, I mean, I've done that one podcast that I wore it. And then, of course, on the plane here, because I like the hat. It's just the hat itself. It's just a cool hat.
It's a great
hat.
I've
been in like 50 videos. This hat has been like in 50 videos. Like, oh my God.
It's a great hat. The logo's in a good spot. Everything's in a good spot. It's a great hat. And you also can notice that in seat 5F, you have 2 windows. There's nobody behind you to do photo bombs. You don't have to worry about what's around you. It is the perfect spot on the plane.
Now, what is this right here? What is that? The cheese plate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And with a salad.
So it's like a charcuterie board or whatever.
Yep, a little charcuterie board.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they have charcuterie.
We
I was
eat
like
healthy,
jamming
but we
some
don't
hip-hop.
drink healthy.
Yeah. When I'm on there, I'm like, look, dude, let's, just hold
Just
up.
go ahead and bring the doubles.
Just first of all, look, I know that we're probably going to get crappy service, and by the time my drink's done and the other person's getting their second, and it's like, just bring them all back here. And then the guy's like walking by, like we're making an illegal transaction, like a drug transaction, where he's looking
He
this way,
passed it behind
and
him. It
he's
was
like
crazy.
passing the Jack Daniels like behind his back like this, and I'm like, yo, man, you don't have to do all that. Just the fact that you're doing that makes me think that you're just up to no good when you do shit like
Oh,
that.
he was just trying to be fun, keep it light and bright. 'Cause
He's
that-
like, oh,
the flight home, he was slow. Flight there was great.
no, that's what I'm talking about. On the flight home, it was like, look, bro, I'm an alcoholic on planes, and I want some service. And if it's going to take this long to come back here, then just give me like 3 or 4 of them. That way I can, then I won't be, focusing on everyone else drinking while my shit's empty. Like,
I like it when they give you the can and then they give you, the one, the extra.
yeah,
That's like perfect.
Yeah, no,
That's
yeah.
the sweet
Homeboy was
spot.
like acting like he was the bartender having to mix all the drinks, and it's like, bro, you're doing too much, bro. You're
Just
doing too
bring
much.
the bottle and the
Yeah,
can. We're good.
just I don't know what the company policy
cup
is,
of
but
ice.
they don't apply to your buddy Ron. Yeah, I'm sitting in the back corner for a reason, so we can smoke and drink on the plane. All right, so that's what we're doing. Anyway, back to the.
Whatever.
Oh my God, where am I at? All right, so yeah, flying. Okay, I got a whole bunch of pictures in here. Yeah, this is like as soon as we got there, we got a limousine, like a limousine bus.
That's definitely something about Miami. They're like in the baggage claim, like, do you want to ride? Do you want to ride? I have a limousine. Do you want to ride? I'm like, okay.
You like
go.
shit? Yeah, why not? We're in Miami. Let's go. And so we took a limousine to.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? My name is Ron, and I'm in Miami, and I had too much to drink, so I'm gonna let her do all the talking here.
Yeah, that might have happened. Anyway, so
That's what happens when Ron's on the plane.
yeah, I had a little too much to drink on the plane, I think, or the waiting for the plane. Something happened.
Yeah,
anyway.
waiting for the plane and then getting on the plane. You turned up.
Yeah, so this was like the fancy dinner, like how like whoever falls for you have a dinner and they take pictures and then the person comes back and puts you together for $20-$30 pictures. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So it was like this is your buddy Ron and his it's like a mating call, I guess you would say. You're like, yeah. And then I start talking with then I start talking in a Russian accent, right, babe? Yes, I take you back to a room and I show you good time. You come with me. Yes. Yeah. And then she's like, yeah, I love that Russian voice. And then the waiter's like, what the is going on here? So anyway,
We went to a Cuban place and the food was very good. And
Yeah.
Ron was speaking Russian.
Yeah. Hey, look at the kids. Yeah, straight classic. So yeah, that's when you have a professional photographer. I mean, it's next level there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it was, but after the nice dinner that we had, it was a fancy dinner. I ain't gonna get into all that, but somehow after the dinner, we like stopped by Starbucks for a quad vente caramel
That was
macchiato or
totally
something.
you.
And then you had something too, but
Yeah.
I could not freaking sleep. I was up all night. We had a badass suite. It was a 2-bedroom suite that's on the, I don't know, 48th floor, overlooking with a wraparound balcony. It was bad to the bone. And I enjoyed every second of it because I couldn't sleep and I was up all night. And Laura's like, would you just take your ass to what is going on? Why are you up every freaking second? And I'm just like up out of the bed, out onto the balcony, walking all around, looking for something. I seen every single ship come into port, and this is one of them.
It was very like the bed was very cushy and comfortable, but every time he moved, I was like, just get up or go to sleep.
I'm
Pick
like,
one.
look, babe, the ship came in. The ship is in here. Look, it's turning around. You can come outside and you can see yourself. And she's like, I don't care. Go to bed, and I'm like, hell no, dog. I love this shit. I
Get
love
out.
being on top of the world and just looking. I used to think that was my dream place, is being in a penthouse suite, high rise, overlooking the city. Look at that pool there. I used to think that was like what I wanted, but now that I live in the country, I wouldn't trade this shit for nothing. But
But I
yeah.
do like the red, white, and blue perm lighting underneath the bridge. It's really pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, NCL, good.
Yeah, they had a
good.
lot of good stuff. I don't know what I was looking at, but yeah, this is like in the morning. Like I'm still up. The sun's up, so I'm just like, shit. If the sun's up, Laura ain't up, but I'm gonna wake all the kids up. And the place was just fantastic where we stayed. What's up, everybody? Today is the 8th, August 8th, and it is Ryan's birthday. So happy birthday, Ryan! But we're over here in Miami. We're in Miami. Oh, that's where the basketball team, Miami Heat.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's where they play right there, and then the shipyard here. For us today, babe.
Today we get to check out of the hotel and make our way to the cruise ships.
I like how, if you notice, Laura says, today we get to. We don't say, today I have to check. Today we get to. That's the right type of attitude. You don't have to. You get to. Because believe me, there's some countries that you wish you could get to do things that you can do here in America.
So it should be very entertaining and fun for everyone.
So we're checking in out of one place, checking into one place, but we did get someone to send us a brand new hat and some other new stuff. So look at this. We got this little hat right here. Thanks, Sugar Daddy Dustin. And we're going. So if you don't know who Sugar Daddy Dustin is, that's Dustin House. The people at work call him Sugar Daddy Dustin, but yeah, he's Dustin House. That's his nickname at work. Or maybe just I call him that.
You call him that.
No one else. I thought me and Armando both call him Sugar Daddy.
Because of you.
Yeah. Joey's always like, I never said that. I don't say that. I never Sugar Daddy. No, I was like, dude, you know damn why you call him Sugar Daddy Dust. Come on.
Moving on. Hey everybody, we are in beautiful Miami. This is the El Sur Hotel, which is right across from the cruise. Speaking
of which, the El Sur Hotel in Miami is definitely top notch. If you're going to somewhere in Miami and you're looking for a nice place to stay, that El Sur is a really nice place.
It is very nice.
It's very conveniently located. It's a great place. There's Levi. Look, he's straight representing Texas. He's representing Texas in a place where Texas really wasn't that popular.
Yeah, there's only like one other person that had Texas gear on.
That's probably the problem on the ship, I would say.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. I mean, we can go on for days with high quality meals and stuff. Happy adoption. That was cool. Like the first day is like, are y'all celebrating anything? It's like, what day is it? Yeah, we're celebrating the kid's adoption. You know, it's Robey Day. It's Robey Day. Yeah, so happy adoption. That was great. Oh, yeah, the singing. Everybody's seen this one.
Everybody's seen that.
So happy together. Yeah, the guy, he was pretty good. Sort of, but Laura had a little too much to drink that night. And
that
we had
night
to leave
was my
abruptly.
turn to turn up.
Yeah, the night before was mine for sure, but yeah, the next day, Laura, she took the reins and just
Turned
went
down
way. Yeah, it's like, you know.
But I slept. I didn't stay up all night.
Yeah, like anyway. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, look at this. This is like the next day we're waking up. And look at Laura. She has sunglasses on for show. But them eyes wasn't feeling too hot. Look how blue this water is. This is Half Moon Cay.
So Half Moon Cay went through a reno, and they've got a dock that they don't tender anymore. And now they got little.
Everybody, it's your boy Ron.
What were you saying?
They got little locations now. You can take a little tram and you go down to the different.
Everybody, it's your boy Ron.
Yeah, it's not the paradise it used to be. It's kind of
still nice. We went all the way down to our usual spot that now has chairs and umbrellas, and that was great.
It was nice. I mean, the way they have it, you can utilize more of the island, the private island, than you used to be able to. But when you know how it used to be, it was still private. It was probably more convenient than it was. But now there's bathrooms when there wasn't before. I mean, it has a lot of upgrades. But my initial reaction to it was, man, y'all sure F this up. Right?
I don't know. Having lifeguards in the bathroom within walking distance was very nice. And the bar was right there and the whole thing. So I liked it.
Yeah. So I'm sitting here like, all right, I'm putting my Santa Claus hat on. I'm putting my microphone on because we're straight Christmas and we're going to represent Christmas. So I'm doing like this little video. And then all of a sudden people were like yelling, right? Oh my God, it's Santa. Hey, look, Becky, it's the real Santa, right?
Yeah, you had your Santa shorts.
So this is me right here recording myself. This is like,
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ron from ChristmasContractor.com. We're over here in Paradise. This is the most beautiful beach on the planet. That's where we are. And this is a great time to tell you about the new ChristmasContractor.com, our business directory listing service. It is ready to go.
I don't know why the hat was like stuck off to the side like this, like it was Charlie Brown starched or something. I don't know what the hell was going on with that, but maybe it was sitting in my bag in a weird position or there was sand in it. I'm not sure.
So we also have a free design studio. So don't waste your money on design studios when you can just go to ChristmasContractor.com and you can use it for free. So when you're on that design studio, you can calculate the materials. You can find it.
So now, all right, here is like when the volleyball chicks were like, "Oh my God, it's Santa!" And I was, like, "Oh shit, do I need to stop and re-record?" But I just forged right through it. But y'all already seen that one. My ho 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 swimming trunks. All right, and then this is a special one for me because I remember when Laura had never been on anywhere cool before, any kind of trips or anything like that. She did this same type of move here, like on the Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like the same type of stance in the same similar situation that's 7 years later.
Except this 50-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, but things happen. But yeah, that's that. And then this is us talking about every time I'm getting ready to take a picture, I always say something super funny, and then we take a picture, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I probably said some funny stuff there.
You're being fly.
Yeah, this is a little disappointment right here of the trip. Is I can't believe that I packed up, or maybe I didn't pack up, the pinstripe suit. It's like I kind of wore that one out. I got like 3 or 4 nice suits, but for some reason I'm going back to the pinstripe, the gangster 1920.
You're not OG, baby.
I'm just going.
Only that guy.
Yeah, this is the captain of the ship. This is the captain, and he was a nice guy. Laura didn't think he was the captain because he had a couple extra LBs, but he's
what
actually.
What are you talking about?
You said that fat dude is no way he's the captain.
I did not say that.
You said there's no way that guy's the captain.
I did not say
I was like,
that.
no, that dude right there's the captain. And then so they started announcing like 15 people. And then finally, the captain of the ship. And sure enough, this dude's coming out here. And I'm like, whoa. Cap, hey, come on over here, dog. No. You're going to need to get a selfie with me, bro. How you doing, Captain? His English wasn't very good.
Yeah, they're Italian.
Mm-hmm.
The real OGs.
All
are
Italians.
Italian.
All the captains are all Italian. They got that shit on lock. The Italian captains.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. And then this dude, this was crazy. This is the head chef that you're talking about 7,000 people eating meals 3 times a day. This is the head chef. We've met the head chef on every cruise ship. But this head chef, he's a t-shirt guy. He ain't dressing up for nobody. And I must have seen him and slapped high five with him about maybe 6 times on the cruise ship at Hey Chef, and we're all breaking ice, but yeah, he's the head chef. He was a nice enough guy, but you can tell when he gets behind the scenes, he might have a little Gordon Ramsay in him. Am I right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I exchanged a couple words with the chef, and I told him about my disappointments and things that were happening in the carnival, food and fine dining selections. And I don't think he agreed with me, but he did pose for a picture. We were talking about the chef's table and how they kind of made it where the chef doesn't have the actual, say it, Laura.
They don't have any variety anymore. It used to be the head chef would make the menu, and now it's all a uniform menu.
It would be like
So
a
it's all
big
the same.
surprise. Like the chef
Yeah,
has
you're
been preparing
surprised.
this whole thing, and then you go to chef's table, and then he would just have the most extravagant things that he has been preparing for you, and they've been working on it for 13 hours of all these fancy things he's just going to impress you with. But now it's like, no matter which one you go to this month, next month, this ship, that ship, it's all the same exact cookie cutter one. And it's just kind of bland. It's uncreative. And we didn't do it this time. And I wanted to share that with the cast. Man, it used to be great. I've been there. I've been to the chef's table at every single ship, every single time we go, with like 13, 14 different cruises. And I said, man, it's not very creative anymore. And it's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
And then he is like, huh?
What the hell are you talking about?
And then
Get out of here.
you can tell he agreed, but then again, he's sitting there in a fucking t-shirt. So I mean, it's like, dude. And then we've seen him like 4 other times. He's still wearing the same t-shirt. That's his company uniform.
That's what he likes to wear. 'Cause
Anyway,
it's hot in those kitchens. Those kitchens are hot.
Still. Yeah. So yeah, you got a couple meals. This is so let me break down a few things, because I was talking some smack about some people's countries. From time to time, I've been known to do that, and I actually did that on this trip to the point Laura had to. You didn't actually tell me anything until later. You didn't tap me.
Yeah, because you were in the front seat and I was like too far away. I literally would have had to sit up, move over into the seat, and smack the crap out of you.
Okay. Let's talk about Puerto Rico. Let's talk about Puerto Rico, babe.
Okay, let's talk about Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, I can totally understand why people are so proud of Puerto Rico.
Oh,
I can totally get it now. Now that I've been there, when people are like, man, hey, man, Magic Johnson, yeah, he's Puerto Rican too. He's like a famous Puerto Rican. I'm like, hold on, he's not from Puerto Rico, is he? No. But, everyone's from Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico, it was actually surprisingly beautiful.
It was very, very
It was like a city. It was like America, except for you drove on the left side of the road there, I think, or on the right side there. No, you drove on the right side of the road there, but
St. Thomas is the opposite side.
Yeah, but it was really nice. Let me show you some videos of what this looks like. So when we came off, I was like, look, we are walking, and this is a fort, and this is where battles were happening at San Juan. And this is where we got off. So we walked through all this stuff, and there was just so much history. But these are like the walls that we're walking beside right here. I mean, just huge walls with these little turret things where you can shoot your arrows or put your cannons in there. And yeah, this is a picture of me. Look how tall these walls are. Like, you're walking and you're ready to storm the walls. I mean, it's ready to attack. So then this is I don't know, whatever the hell all this stuff is, but yeah, this is me coming out of one of those. I mean, it's not really a lot of room in there, but
yeah, there was very narrow.
And then that was like, that's the actual fort of San Juan.
Yeah.
And then all of those walls.
It's El Morro. So they started with a small little fort location because it kept getting attacked.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started building all the different walls as it went along.
Everybody, guess where we're at? Yeah. And then so when we I said, I need to go up on top of that fort because I'm ready to fight. I'm ready for war. I'm getting ready for battle. And I want to go up on top of that fort and put our Christmas hats on and talk about it, right? That's what I said. Mm-hmm. And then the kids were like, I'm tired. I don't want to go any further and stuff,
they
right?
They were more like, oh my God, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, and they're like, do we really need to walk up that hill?
It's like, do that right here.
Do I have to really do all this exercise? It was a lot of exercise. But then look at the end result, though, right? This is one shot. There's not like multiple recordings. This is just one take. Take the hats back off and get after it. Everybody, guess where we're at?
We're in San Juan.
San Juan?
Puerto Rico.
We're in Puerto Rico. We're actually in a Spanish fort that was made in the
1500s. This is El Morro.
They was getting ready for battle. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
They was getting ready for siege, and sure enough, the Dutch came in, tried to put them down, but they didn't. They took a lot of these islands, but they didn't take Puerto Rico, which is now a territory of the United States. So therefore, I feel free to tell you that in 2026, we penetrating the market. Let's go. ChristmasContractor.com. Get busy. See how Laura said get busy. You said get busy at the same time? I mean, that was like, this was like one shot.
It's like I know you.
Get busy. Do you see that? Look, this is the same time. It was like, look at your lips and mine. It was like, get busy. You see that? That was good.
I know. That's how I am.
And I like the penetrating the market part. Watch
that
these
part.
Moves. Look at these moves. That in 2026 we penetrating the market. It's penetrating the market. What a great advertisement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that the last August when we went on a trip. I was sitting there doing the penetrating the market, so I had to do a little round 2 of that. What? Right Yeah, this place is just so impressive. These are just all they're like, do we have to walk down there and see everything?
Yes.
It's like, yes. Do we have to go through the spiral staircase that all the people did when they lived there and they were just, someone rang the bell and they're climbing up there to their battle stations? Do we have to do that? Hell yes, we have to do all of that.
Quickly they had to do that. And the steps were steep. Like I was really surprised about that. The spiral, it was very interesting and tight quarters.
Yeah. And then go ahead.
As you were. So after we went to El Morro, we went ahead and got the taxi. It was supposed to rain on and off that day, but we went and got a taxi to get us a tour.
Yeah. And I thought the dude was Puerto Rican. That's what I really thought. And I was, and so here's the funny part. I'll take you to the next slide. This is Puerto Rico. This is like America 250. They got this Congress looking, White House looking thing, flag. Let's see what these dudes talking about.
And that's the Capitol building.
The Capitol building was really cool.
Building and the row of presidents.
Yeah, but our driver was from Dominican Republic, right? So he asked me, he goes, "Hey, have you ever been to the Dominican Republic?" But I think his English is not that great. So he was like, "Hey, like Dominican Republic," and I was like, "Oh yeah, place is a shithole." and he's like, "What?" And then Laura's telling me that she's under the impression that this guy is from the Dominican Republic. And I'm like, okay, so he doesn't speak English very good. So yeah, Dominican Republic is no bueno for caca. It's a piece of caca. It's no bueno. Puerto Rico bueno. Dominican Republic is a caca. And so then he's like, what the? I didn't know he was fucking from Dominican Republic, right? And so then I still think that he doesn't understand what I'm saying. So I bring out my phone to get my translator to tell him what a piece of shit the Dominican Republic. And as he's driving, I'm like showing him the translation, and he's like, like this Puerto Rico is so much more beautiful than the Dominican Republic, which was like a third world country, really, in my opinion. And then I later found out when we stopped the car and got out for a second at this place that you just seen, Laura's like, you realize that he's from the Dominican Republic, right? You do realize that. So later on, I asked him, hey, sure enough, he's from Dominican Republic. I just spent 30 minutes talking shit about it. So then he took us back where we were from. Remember, out in the hood? I thought we were going to die. Yeah.
He showed us where the projects are because Ron was talking so much shit about the Dominican Republic. He had to show us the projects.
He goes, "Don't worry, man. This is where I'm from." And it was like,
where I'm from.
Holy shit.
This is where I live. So everything's okay.
And yeah. And then we were like, even the ghetto's not that bad in comparison to the Dominican Republic.
You're such an ass.
Yeah. Anyway. But they love them some Obama there. Okay, so this is this.
So yeah, the row of presidents, it ended with Obama, and also they hadn't updated the nameplate of Obama's, presidency. So they kind of stopped there. So no Trumpy Trump.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no.
Or Joe Biden, but for that matter.
No. Look, see, that's their Capitol. Looks nice.
That's the Capitol building. It was very cool. Very, very cool. Very similar to what you see in the U.S. at our Capitol buildings, which, of course, U.S. territory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the Capitol building. It looked great. Oh, Roosevelt. Yeah. And Truman. And Barack Obama. Now the Barack Obama, like all the presidents that were out there, was about maybe 10 or 12 statues out there from presidents who visited Puerto Rico and stood in this exact spot to view the Capitol and President's Row or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Every single person there, they were all hovered around the Obama one like he was still president. Like everyone was in line to take pictures with the Obama statue, and all these other dudes are just sitting. I mean, even Rose, RFK, JFK, even JFK, they're just like sitting there and like all by themselves. No one cares, but everyone was in line to get pictures with Barack Obama. So we waited in line too, and I didn't realize how tall he was. Is he like 6'6"?
I don't know.
Or is that just a statue?
I don't know everybody's height.
Yeah, that's what me and homeboy were.
I know FDR was in a wheelchair. That's it. I don't know.
There he is right there. Look. Yeah, that's him.
I'll say they didn't do a very good likeness. They kind of
You know, yeah, that's us. That's me standing up all the way. So I don't know if he's really that tall or that's just a statue, but yeah. Yeah, and then there's JFK.
That's JFK. I was singing Happy Birthday.
And then Laura's sitting on this guy this poor gentleman in a wheelchair that was the president of our country. Laura's like giving this dude a lap dance or whatever,
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Yo, Teddy. No, Franklin Roosevelt.
Franklin
Roosevelt, yeah.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt. That's
Yeah.
him right there.
Mm-hmm. And then so the guy's like, look, I take you to like a very good restaurant. I go to the capital of the place or something, whatever the fuck it was. And so we traveled for about whatever. And I didn't realize that all these kind of restaurants were kind of like all the same. Like once we made it past the city, there's all these beautiful, I mean, I'll show you all the pictures later maybe. But there's beautiful cities and beautiful places that you're like, damn, this Puerto Rico is really nice. And then he took us through the hood instead of where the projects were. And then he lived on the other side of the highway as the projects. So the traffic was bad. So we cut through the hood and he showed us a couple places in the hood. And then we got back on the road and then he took us out to this like restaurant. It was like the Iguana Bar restaurant, which is more of like a glorified food truck, I guess.
We're in the capital of Puerto Rico, and we're at the Iguana Bar restaurant. They said it's one of the nicest restaurants, so we're going to check it out.
Yeah, so it
was not.
It was not. It was like the night.
Everybody in that area sold the same thing.
So look, so this is not even our tour guide. This guy was like, "Hey man, does your tour guide speak English?" He doesn't speak English, does he? And I said, no. He goes, yeah. He looks like he doesn't speak English. I used to live in America, so I can speak great English. And let me explain you.
This is codfish crunch.
Okay.
This is empanadas pizza.
Okay.
This is corn dog, cheese dog. This is...
I mean, they literally got all the shit in English right there. I could have just read it. Yeah, but anyway.
Shrimp.
Okay.
This over here is beef.
I thought he was like the guy who worked there. I didn't realize at first that he was like just a tour guide that was with some other people who were there.
There's Ron paying attention to surroundings again.
Chicken. Then you got corn and cheese.
Okay.
The little round ball over there is relleno de papa.
The relleno papa was actually pretty good. That was like a sweet type of, it was like fruit or something inside some papaya.
Plantains.
Oh, plantains. Yeah, bananas or whatever.
It's potato with meat inside.
Okay.
And then you got the piñono. It's actually sweet banana with meat inside, and it's held together with egg.
Wow. Yeah, so that's what it was anyway. Yeah, so that's pretty much, this is like the more rougher part of the good part, I guess. And all those restaurants, they were all the same, and they all offered the same shit.
Offered the same thing.
It was like going to Mexico and they got all the same damn gifts, and every store has the same shit in it. It was like that. It was all apparently there was a nice seafood restaurant down there, but our driver was thinking that we were broke like he was, I guess, and we couldn't go to the nice place because if the more people he brings to this spot, then he gets to go after the fact and bring his wife for free food if he can get some American suckers from the cruise ship to go out there or something like that.
But it was good. I mean, the empanadas really good, and I didn't care for that plantain meatball thing. It was kind of...
They had a bathroom.
It was weird.
But the men's bathroom was the only one they had, but they had
with
one.
no toilet seat on it. Not that you would sit on it. You do the hover, but still it was like a...
Yeah.
Don't walk in.
But the homeboy was out there on the grill doing a little something. But yeah, definitely we've seen later that people had way better setups than that. But anyway, and this is like when he was telling us like, oh my God, the beach is so beautiful and it's the most beautiful beach in the world. And then I'm looking at this shit like, you don't know where I was just at yesterday. You know, this is not as beautiful as you're saying, but okay, you know, I don't want to offend him more than I already have for I guess like, okay, yeah. Hey, he was thinking we're going to sit out here for about 30 minutes. I'm like, yeah, it looks kind of like Hawaii a little bit. Picture, yeah, volcanic rock. It's got some rocks. So, yeah, okay, all right, I'm saying it. Let's go. Yeah, anyway. And then this is like he's trying to show Leroy how to look for crabs in the rocks, and this is our driver there. So nice guy. We tipped him and everything and made sure he's taken care of. But it was Puerto Rico. I thought the San Juan and in downtown Puerto Rico was just very, very, very nice.
Stayed there all day.
Very nice. Yeah. And then the rest of the Puerto Rico, there was good parts and bad parts. But anyway, that was that.
And this is in Condado, which is the nice area. We got to go stop by the beach.
So he brought us by some nice places, and he's like, "You want to see where all the rich white people are?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, yeah, that's exactly what I want to see after all this." And he took us by a little beach, and then there's just so many people hustling game out there. It's very tough for me to have a good time when I see so many people running game on people. And then you got your innocent bystanders that don't really see that stuff, like these three that are next to me, and it's hard for me to be comfortable when everyone's running game. But anyway, so then we went to something that's really freaking nice. This is where was this at?
The T-Mobile Stadium.
The T-Mobile Stadium. Now this type of shit was right down my alley. But this is the T-Mobile Stadium.
What's going on is we are at the T-Mobile in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we're taking a look around.
We're going to take some photos of in Puerto Rico.
We ready to go back to the boutique.
Me driver speaks no English, so I've been translating in perfect broken English.
Yeah, so yeah, right now. Look at this place. Look at this place. It was like it was just like unbelievable. I guess this is from my meta glasses or I don't know what it was, but this was really good. They had all kinds of great, cool places there. I mean, look at this, just in a banana. I mean,
I think that was pretty cool.
Very cool. And then there's Laura. She's showing off that perfect smile. Yeah.
Stumped down by the astronaut.
Mm-hmm. I love Puerto Rico. Yeah, so I think I posted some of those pictures, and then someone online was like, "Oh my God, you're like in the Christmas, you're always Christmas." And then I was like, "Dog, I'm wearing a Christmas shirt right now. Every day is Christmas with this crew." And then I realized, I think when my shirt was folded, the C done fell off the shirt. So it was like Christmas or Christmas. But anyway, every day is Christmas with this crew. And then what's this? This is the next day.
It looks like it's
no. This is when we're leaving. This is Puerto Rico from an aerial view in San Juan.
Yeah. There's the board by the back.
Mm-hmm. And
they also have the place where the very first pina colada was made.
Okay, so right at the first.
Oh, the boat next door. That's where we're going with this.
Yeah. So this right here, this is called the MSC. They have this brand new ship called World America, and it was a badass ship. It was awesome. It was like, I'm not going to ride on Carnival ever again if I can get on this stuff for a similar price. Why am I on this little poo-poo ship when I can get on this nice ship with all these nice people? And everybody looks like they're rich when they're getting off there. People getting off the Carnival ship fighting with each other and playing grab ass, and all these rich people getting off this other ship. I'm like, I'm on the wrong ship, bro. I'm on the wrong shit. We ain't doing Carnival no more. Done. Anyways, the U.S. Coast Guard. And then this is San Juan from the water. Look at that. What is it called again?
El Morro.
Yeah. So Puerto Rico, if you're from Puerto Rico, I understand completely why you're so proud of Puerto Rico. It looked beautiful. It was a great time. If I lived in like Tampa, like Michael Zuzak or something, I can completely appreciate how he can just take these little shuttles and go to Puerto Rico and hang out. People were fantastic. It was a great time. I totally get it. And then the next day was probably one of our favorite destinations was St. Martin, which it is not St. Martin. It's actually St. Martin, but half of the island is Dutch, and that's pretty much the poo-poo part. And then the other half of the island is French, which is the really nice part, and it's separated in half, right? But St. Martin, and they have it two different spellings on two different sides of the island. And this is pretty much like the hub for all these little small St. John's and St.
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas
St.
and whatever.
Barb.
So this is like the main one you would fly into, and then you can go to all these little islands, and you can get like a what is it, a jet boat or whatever it's called?
Or you can get a ferry, or you can do a little plane hop.
Yeah, or you get this speedboat, jet boat thing, and then
Mhm.
it takes you to 4
Yeah, jet boat.
islands in one day, to these different private islands that can be accessed by like a little jet boat kind of thing. So yeah, that's probably what I would do next time if I went. But yeah, St. Martin was actually our favorite place. This is our driver took us to this place, and this is where the locals used to do the was it the salt? What do they do here?
That is Amber.
Where they used to do
That's
fishing
Amber
or salt or
something.
what was it?
They did do fishing, and they also had salt mining. This is just a little cove that we
No,
went
but this
to.
had flowed over since the hurricane or
Yes.
something, right?
In 2017, the hurricanes hit St. Thomas, St. Martin, and St. Bards, and they didn't. These islands definitely did not have a lot of rebuilding. They lost some their salt mine area, and then their big fishery. They lost that, but this is one of the. I think this is the fishery one.
This used to be dry, like a sandbar. This was dry, and now there's water because when the hurricane came through, it washed it all out. So all the locals that used to depend on this, it's like there's just so many places that just haven't built back.
Yeah.
And this is Laura walking into it. It was very rocky. But there was people just walking all the way across it. It was only like a foot or two
Well, they
deep.
had their water shoes. I forgot my water shoes on the road.
Mm-hmm. Very beautiful, though. It was very picturesque.
Mm-hmm. It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, old Levi, he's got some tough feet. He can do it.
Well, I also didn't want to get the driver's car all jacked up with sand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what it looked like, something like that. Oh, Levi, look at that picture perfect moment there. Oh, Levi, looking into the wild blue yonder. What's this?
It's August 12th, and we.
Oh shit! It's August 12th. You know what that means?
Yeah, it was Santa's birthday.
It was Santa's birthday, and I had my shirt on that it's only treason if you lose, right? It's only treason if you lose. That's the shirt I was rocking over there to let all those French people know and all those Dutch people know that I was from America and I was proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
Everybody, it is August 12th, and we are in like a different country. Apparently, this is the capital of St. Martin. I thought it was St. Martin, but it's actually St. Martin. Fan corrected. And this is owned by the French. There's the other side of the island that's owned by the Dutch, but we're in the French part.
So the Dutch one, he's like, let me take you for like a scenic tour, and you go to this overlook, and it's got like used condoms out there and shit and fucking trash everywhere and stuff. And that's the Dutch side. And you're like, why? I would never take anyone here. Like, why the hell would you take any customers here? It's like some of those shitholes in Jamaica's, like where the locals go, and they just totally trash it up. And then you're going to take tourists over there in this shithole. It's like, then as soon as we went to the French side, everyone was speaking French. It was definitely more expensive, but way nicer on the French owned property than the Dutch. And the Dutch tried to take Puerto Rico too, and luckily they beat them, so it's American territory. But the Dutch got a lot of them, like Aruba, Bonaire, and all, Curacao, and then they enslaved so many people into these salt mines. That's why they got them, so they can just enslave and blind people in salt mines, and that's how most of these people were there. It's because it was all salt mine slave owners. That's where it started.
I'm gonna see if there's gonna be some French kissing over here. You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
there was some French kissing. This is like a little, there was a little restaurant we were sitting at. It was very nice. The food was nice.
Now, my friend, I met these.
So these people are actually speaking French. All the menus have French, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the menus are in French. And luckily the lady who owned the restaurant or whatever, she just told us like just the English, whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
We're at Bistro de la Mer, and we have some seared ahi tuna.
Oh yeah, that's
some coconut shrimp. With prosecco and colas.
Yeah, so that food was good. Levi, he was like tripping on that ahi tuna.
Yeah, it was good.
That ahi tuna was very good with the ginger and the wasabi, the moe. Yeah, champagne. And then so like they're like, okay, so in St. Martin you can sit on the beach and you can watch the planes land, which was like, there's this fence that's maybe 12 feet away from us that's like maybe 6 foot tall or something, and the planes are landing right there. That's where the runway starts, and the planes, like, this is a big jet that's landing like, I don't know, 30 feet above your head. And so that's one of the things to do. So we sat out there, and I put my Santa Claus hat on, and then there's like 4 or 5 people out in the water like, oh my God, it's Santa Claus. Hey, Billy. Hey, hey, honey. And then, hey, look. And they're all pointing like there's a fucking plane coming in. The reason why everyone's there, but the people who were there like, no. Look at Santa. Look at Santa. Remember that?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah.
It's not going to hit your head.
But I couldn't see it. Wow. Talk about a flyby, baby. Oh my goodness. That thing is landing right next to us. And if you're trying to land the best deals on Christmas lights, you go to ChristmasContractor.com, right, babe?
That's right.
What was it like to have that plane flying right over your
It was
head?
unbelievable. And if you can't be sitting on Mayho Beach and have something land on you, go ahead and check out ChristmasContractor.com. And don't forget, get fucking busy.
Get your ass busy. Yeah, so yeah, that we definitely had an audience around this. And then after that, I think we went to probably the nicest place there. And this is what really pulled us in, is the rich and very well put together French part of all these fancy people that were there. And they were speaking different languages. I have no idea what the hell they were saying, but just all these different languages on this crystal clear beach with snorkeling on the left and all these hotels overlooking it and 2 catamarans there, good music, good food. This was probably our favorite place, this right here. And this is in St. Martin. This was the highlight. And then we're at the bar next to some drug dealers. So I didn't want to take too many pictures of homeboy, but this is the homeboy. He had 3 chicks with him, right? He had his 3 hoes with him, and he was all decked out and gold chains everywhere and stuff. And you could tell he was doing some stuff. You could tell. And then this is another thing cool, like, because like I said, the Dutch, they just enslaved so many people for the salt mines and stuff that they finally had their emancipation, whatever year it was. So many of these little roundabouts are all about the slave emancipation, and all the writings on the walls and murals and stuff is like Black history and Black Lives Matter. And
That was in St. Thomas.
Oh, but it was still the same type of feel of celebrating the emancipation of all the slaves. Yeah. And our driver just drove around this one, but
We asked him to drive around this one because
it was like Rocky, but he's sitting there holding the chains. Look at that.
Yeah. The chain's broken on there. I've never seen of all the countries I've been to, I've never seen a statue like that.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was just hard for me to get a good picture of it when we were driving like that, but it was very profound, I would say. Yeah. It was fantastic. And this is our driver. Nice guy.
He definitely knew his history.
The only thing about him, though, I don't know if I'm old, but just some bitch was whispering.
Yeah, he's soft spoken.
And this is what the deal is.
What's the deal?
Let's take this to the Christmas business, right, baby?
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. If you say the same thing over and over and over and over, and you're repeating the same exact thing, at some point you're going to lose your voice inflection. Like, you're not going to say it like it's your first time saying it, like how interesting it is and how he can animate this. When you say the same thing over like 100 times, okay, well, we're going over here, and then the next thing you're going to see is this, and then when you look past that, the history is 1918, and this was the first one, and then this happened, and this, and then it's like you just kind of lose the excitement, and you can tell when someone's talking to you, you can tell they're reading from a script, or you can tell that they've said this shit a million times. You can tell. When you're talking to your customer, you should have some awareness that you are not saying the same exact thing over and over, that it sounds like you say the same thing. I mean, at least mix it up and keep it interesting for yourself. But that is so important. If you're talking like you've said the same thing, people know that you say that shit all the time. And I'm sure that you're probably, as I'm saying this, you're thinking the same thing. You're like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've experienced that many times, especially with call center or any kind of salespeople or information repeaters that they're just repeating the information. It's the same shit over and over and over. And it's just bland and boring. And, homeboy had a severe case of that. But, I just told Laura. But Laura apparently heard everything he said.
I was listening.
I didn't hear a damn thing. I mean, I think my hair is kind of going, all kinds of shit's going on.
Eyes.
But yeah, my eyes, all of a sudden I can't read now. It's like crazy. But anyway.
Ronald's birthday. Yes, Ronald's birthday.
I want to hear them mugs. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you,
Ronald.
Happy birthday
to you, Ronald. Happy birthday, dear Ronald. Happy birthday to you, Ronald.
Yeah, that was nice because that was like it was like his first week on the job and the old dude was in training. So I'm always trying to mess around with people and stuff. And then so he was singing some birthdays things to someone else. And I was like, hey, bruh, come on over here. Let me holler at you. And he's like, this guy was not like the hey, bro type of guy, but I was hey, bro on him anyway. And I was like, look, man, I seen you over there saying happy birthday to this person. And I seen you smacking the menu like this. Okay. But let's not do the smacking the menu. He's like, well, maybe I can get a tambourine. I'm like, no, you need to lift your voice up. I want you to sing louder like you mean it. Am I right?
Yeah, you did.
And then he was like, so I told the manager training him and she was just like, oh my God, you're so funny. So this is him raising his voice when it was finally my turn, like the next day. So yeah. And that's why I was really celebrating that victory of him actually doing a better job. So that was great. And now it's my birthday. And then now the next day we got off the ship and we had high expectations for St. Thomas.
Yes, we did.
We had high expectations.
It's an island I've always wanted to see. Always wanted to see.
Virgin Islands, St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, St. Thomas. Brace yourself for what I'm about to say. But look at these beautiful taxi cabs that they have. It's like... Yeah, it's like you get onto this F-350 taxi truck situation, open air taxi or whatever the hell it is, super cool. And this is us in the back. And then we met a complete stranger there, remember?
We did.
Yeah, we met a complete stranger who became a best friend of some sort. But this is how beautiful this was when you got past the locals. This is when we first got there. Like this is like, get your ass up in the morning, kids. I can't stress this enough. Let me remove this. I can't stress this enough. Habits of highly successful people is getting up early in the morning. Okay? Now, true. I might code all night and don't get up in the morning and stuff, and there's isolated situations and all that kind of stuff. True. But habits of highly successful people is getting up in the morning, sleeping until noon. I don't know anybody who's successful that does that. Most people are lazy and don't have shit in their life because they're just lazy, and just getting up in the morning is like step one. You're like a snooze button hitter, right? You hit the snooze, so you start the day off failing because your plan was to wake up at 7 or whatever. And then you just hit snooze, and then you're already just failing, starting the day off. Waking up early. So we had Levi fired up, but nobody wanted to get off that ship at 7:30, right? But we got off at 7:30.
Early.
We got down there. Yeah, it's like, dude, we're going to be in St. Thomas when? Like one day? You're going to be there for 8 hours one day for the rest of your life, and you probably never return again. Sleep for what? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. How little people value their time. I don't understand it. And when you don't value your time I'm like, get the fuck away from me, because I only want to surround myself with people who think like me. But I've been noticing here lately that that's not the greatest idea. Speaking of which, what's up, Josh? What's up, homeboy? Anyway, so yeah, it's nice.
So this is like 8 o'clock. 8
o'clock in the morning before people got there. Just very beautiful.
You got to put it on the screen, boo.
Oh, I don't have it on the screen. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. This is 8 o'clock in the morning. Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, so we're good. That was when Levi accidentally brought the cell phone that I let him borrow. He brought it into the ocean in his pocket, and he was like, shit, I just remember when you said I probably couldn't be responsible for a phone, but yeah, here it is, day 2. I fucking took it in the ocean.
He made it halfway through the trip.
He made it 3 days. Yeah. Anyway, so this was so beautiful. As soon as you walked into that water, there was so many damn fish, right? It was just like a minnow bucket of fish. It was just fish everywhere. But yeah, so yeah, I have my shirt off. I got me a real good tan right this second, but this is everyone hanging out. It's getting later. There's getting more people there. And I guess
you stopped.
I guess I didn't show you any more pictures of that.
So there was pelicans, and they were dive bombing because all the minnow fish were all on the front of on the shoreline, and they're dive bombing and landing a foot away from you. It was really, really amazing, really cool, but not the best location because the other side of the beach was.
Okay, I got the pictures of all of it, and I ain't trying to talk shit about these locals, but the place is a shithole because of these fucking locals. I mean, you pull up on the bus and the taxi cab. The taxi cab has a connection with homeboy who's like trying to put you on the Sanford and Son fucking section of the beach before you even can go there and realize what you're doing. And he's smoking weed and he's high, he's like maybe still smoking a blunt when you get out, or maybe he took it out. I'm not sure which one it was. But he's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. And they're playing like some rap music and shit. And they're like, hey, let's why don't you come on down over here and you rent chairs from me? And then Laura, of course, got the chairs. And I'm like, nah, you know, I don't. Whenever someone's like being very unprofessional in the initial part of our meeting, why would I listen to you and continue going in a direction that you recommend? But even though we kind of did that, and we're sitting, go ahead. You want to share it?
Well, I'm going to show the other side of the beach.
But then as you're sitting in the chair, this is
the other side.
This is like when you pull up and this is the shithole of rent cars and just nonsense. You're like, what the, were you taking me here? Fucking take me back to where I came from.
This is the right side. We went on the left side and then we got that beautiful, beach.
Yeah, but anyway, so then you're sitting there and then so you got the local, anytime something's public, you never want to go. As soon as they say public equals no, I don't want to go to public. Anywhere in Mexico, it's the worst. Everybody's just bugging the shit out of you every 5 minutes. Here you had 2 drug dealers walking in front of you every 5 minutes where you didn't even trust leaving your bag there. And they were just like, hey, I got weed, I got this. But they were playing like some stupid ghetto ass music. And it wasn't even good rap music. It was just bullshit music that was just cussing all the time and just playing it right in the middle of paradise. And you have all these fancy people that are there, on vacation and just playing it and smoking weed. And here you want these can't. It's like, dude, get the fuck away from me, man. I mean, it's like I don't even trust my stuff here. And then you got these fishermen. They're throwing fishing nets in there to catch all these minnows. And they got their stinking ass buckets of minnows that it smells like fish when they're around you. And then they got the birds are like following around the fish bucket. So then it's like, dude, just get me. As soon as more people from the ship started showing up, and maybe we'll talk about that in a second, but it was like, look, I know it's 1:30 and I know this place is nice, but I don't feel safe here. I don't like it here. And this is such a beautiful place, but these locals just fucking ruined it. I would never go back there again, ever. To that place that we did. I would have went to, what is that place that was?
They had the Westin Resort.
The Westin Resort, I would have stayed there. Just in a nice, beautiful, private place. I 100% should have went there. It's just the local people. It's the way that you think, right? You have I'm not calling myself a high profile client, okay? But you have a high profile location. And the way that you think that people want to hear that shit. You think that people want to live like that just because the way that you perceive this is if you brought a friend, that may be how you would treat one of your friends that comes out there. This is not your rich clientele that's traveling from all over the planet to come to this beautiful place. just to meet your ass and just like, oh my God, take me anywhere that these fucking locals ain't nowhere here, because none of them thought like forward thinking. None of them thought like, let me think on a higher level. They were all just sitting there, just let me just smoke weed and do nothing with the day. And the island looked like it. That was the Black History Month everywhere, the murals of this and this, and everyone was just fucking lazy. No one was doing shit. And it just looked like a shithole trash can is what they turned this beautiful paradise into. And even the nicest part, which was this beach, still, I mean, it was just overrun by locals, just a public beach. It was just not worth going to. I mean, if you got there early in the morning, you can, visit it a little bit, but just an absolute disaster there. And I don't recommend anyone to go to St. Thomas, to where we did in this beautiful spot, just because of the locals. I would go to a private spot, which was
the Westin.
The Westin, yeah, 100%.
This was the beach we went to is called Koki Beach, and it's a public beach.
Yeah, don't go there. All right, so moving right along. Yeah, sorry for all that. And then this is like, I don't know if you've ever been to tea, like an English tea party. Apparently, straight guys don't do that, or guys don't do it at all. Which one was it?
Men don't normally go to tea.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, men. Well, there was a couple gay guys there. There was a couple gay guys there having tea, but there was
a couple people men were having tea with their family, and you were one of them.
Yeah, we had the tea, and they had some like little things that you have, little snacks and whatever, tea and a biscuit or whatever it's called, and
scones.
We had the tea, and they were like the people on the ship were really excited. The people that worked there, because a lot of them were English. The executive chef was the head chef was English. And they were like, oh man, this tea time and have an authentic English tea party. And we had a nice, beautiful window, and it was fun. It was nice. It was something I had never done before. And that's what it looked. That's where our table was right there. It was nice. It was nice. This dude right here, this guy. They were playing dodgeball. They were playing soccer on the basketball courts. This dude was like a straight, I don't know if I got this guy. Everyone was watching. Everyone was watching this dodgeball, and it was dodgeball, soccer, and some other stuff. But them dudes were going after
tournaments. They had tournaments.
Yeah.
Dodgeball, pickleball, basketball, soccer. They had tournaments for the whatever. But the dodgeball was really fun. It was really
the dodgeball, this one guy took on like 20 guys and all gave him a ball, and he was just making them look like idiots. I mean, he was jumping down. All of them were missing and shit, and he was getting them all out, talking shit to them as he was doing it. This guy was like super athlete, a young Spanish kid. Maybe he was, I don't know, 19 or something, but he was clowning all these people. Oh, it was just like, man, just get your ass off that court if that's all you got. You're embarrassing yourself. I could have did better than that. Damn. But yeah, he just clowned everybody. It was actually really a sight to see. But anyway, there's Laura.
It's our anniversary.
That's our anniversary, yeah. And then we took her out to the same steak restaurant that we were at almost every night.
Would you believe that we're at one of the nicest and one of the...
So then when we got off the ship, it was our anniversary. It was great, but we were getting off the next day, and it's just with the whole packing and the logistics and stuff. And then so the next day was actually our anniversary surprise celebration that we went to one of the nicest hotels in Miami. And that experience, this is the first time. Let me say this. This was the first time I've ever been to a beach, and I was at a very nice hotel in Vegas with the Murphys, and I was at a lot of places. This is the first time I've ever been to a pool or a resort that I just really felt like I belonged there and didn't belong there at the same time. When we pulled up, it was like, look, I know that we just got off the cruise ship, and this cruise ship was just packed with just
hoodlums,
dude, just fucking banging the walls and just complete disrespect. They are so lucky that I'm not their parent, because this, talking shit and smacking mom in the face and I don't play that shit at all. That disrespect, the bad parenting, the kids just acting very feral. I mean, I'll smack the shit out of a kid. You got to keep them kids away from me because I definitely smack a kid quick. But anyway, so we went to this fancy hotel, which was the Marriott. Or no, it was
JW Marriott.
the JW Marriott Turnberry in Aventura. That place was the nicest place I've probably ever been to in my life. Well, close to it. It was just as nice as it's like the Gaylord Texan.
Oh.
It's kind of like that, but it was even nicer than
nice
that.
in the Gaylord.
Yeah, I know.
It was nicer than the Elsword.
Yeah, it was the nicest one that we ever been to. It had a water park. It had a professional golf course. It's private. 30 years or something. It's a private golf course, but if you stayed there at night, you could play it. I think it was like $280 a person to play or something.
Until after 4, and then it was like 110.
But it was great shape. It was great shape. And everyone there, like you pull up, it's like Bentleys and Ferraris and just all these exotic cars and exotic people. And I'm telling the kids, like, look, I know we were just on this white trash vacation on a Carnival cruise ship. Okay. And I know you guys don't realize that that's what we did because we went to some tropical destinations and all that kind of stuff. But what we just did is a white trash way of vacationing. Okay. So your San Juan shirt, your Carnival cruise ship shirts and stuff, as soon as we walk in here, everyone's looking at us like we're white trash. Okay? Because nobody just got off of Carnival cruise ship here. I promise you. That is not what's going on here. So I just want you to have awareness that different classes of people have different expectations about what they want. And this was the learning experience, right?
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
And, so they're like, what? You know what? I can't. I'm wearing a Puerto Rico shirt. And even I'm embarrassed to be here at this fancy place wearing this Carnival shirt. But anyway, I said a lot there, but
you did.
That's, just, it is what it is. I mean, we're going to get into it. Maybe we'll have some pictures. So Levi, he's usually, is this Levi?
No.
Yeah, Levi is usually checking out on some stuff, but he got up on there. I didn't get him, huh?
Got the ho
Got him because he lost his shorts.
Okay, so this is like they have the private pool that's set up like a restaurant. So you ask the guy like you want a table or you want chairs. And then so he say, I have you a nice, setup here. So we were here like at 8:30 in the morning or something.
Yeah.
So this was before a lot of people got there. So we got these nice chairs, and they have like a clip on your chair that has like your table number for waiters and stuff. And then that's how it works. And if you leave the chair for 40 minutes, then you're like left the restaurant or left the table or left your area. We've seen so many fancy people. I mean, Mr. Louis was probably the most fanciest person I've ever seen in my life, right?
Yeah, he was.
This dude looked like Sean Connery, and he had like the perfect gray and manicured beard with his Louis Vuitton hat, his Louis Vuitton slippers. To explain this dude,
so
Papa Louis.
We call him Papa Louis because he was head to toe Louis Vuitton. He had a special beach bag that was Louis Vuitton, and he kicked off, his shoes were actually Coach, and he kicked them off underneath the chair, and he got his little special thing. Ronaldo, which was our area attendant that took very good care of us, he walked Mr. Louis to his chair, which he was satisfied with, and he whipped out his money clip and flipped that off, and he went through his bills and his nice little crisp hundy and handed over to Ronaldo. And,
yeah, he went into his Louis Vuitton handbag, which men have a Louis Vuitton handbag, or like it looked like a beach bag, a pool bag. But it was Louis Vuitton. So he reached his manicured fingernails that have some kind of gold on it. That, his gold hands reached into his Louis Vuitton bag, and it had gold inside. And as he reached down and rummaged through this Louis Vuitton bag, he pulled out a wad of cash that was like, hey. And so he flipped through a couple bills and grabbed a little 100 and he said, hey, watch my flip-flops for me, as he kicked them off carelessly under that and said, watch my flip-flops. And they put a couple chairs together. And then sure enough, some lady came looking for a chair. And it's like, yeah, I want to, I got my family. I want to get these chairs. And he's like, no, ma'am, these no available. These no available. No, sit there, but no, not available. I find you good chair. No, not these. Not next to Mr. Papa Louie. Papa Louie is like, I couldn't stop staring at this fucking guy, man. I just could not stop staring at. I cannot believe that people are on this earth that do that. I've never seen that before, but it was just, everyone was so high class at this place. I've never, even the kids, like kids were just getting on my nerves the whole time. Every kid. It just, I didn't want to be around any kids. Usually I never do. But these kids were cool. These kids were speaking different languages. They were all well-behaved, well-mannered, well-parented. I mean, it was like, oh, this is what the problem is because you're hanging out with this Carnival cruise ship crowd, and now you're hanging out with these really rich people who doing the things that you want to do. And it was an eye-opening experience. It was like a true waiting on you hand and foot. And it really kind of opened my eyes up. If we're starting our training for Christmas, start clipping this, Opus. The way that your high profile client that's driving that Bentley, that has his stuff and has his bag and has his high profile way of life that he likes living, here's the question. What service do you think that person is requiring from you? Not how much are you charging? Not how much are you charging? It's not that, right, Boo?
That is right.
It's not about, well, I charge premium. It's not that. What do you think that person is wanting from the service that you provide? What do you think that person is expecting for a high quality service product? That's the point. Right?
Yeah.
That's the point.
Keep going.
Yeah?
Keep going.
That's the point. It was fine dining. It was doors opened up. It was like, can I get you a towel? Can I just, you don't have to do anything. You just snap, and they're on you, right? And they just, anything and everything you want. I mean, shit ain't cheap. But you weren't looking at price tags. You were waiting on hand and foot. I mean, anywhere, anything that you wanted. It was so custom. It was so plush. It was one of the greatest experiences, and also to be in that. But everyone was wearing designer this and that. Everyone was looking great, like they just stepped out of the gym. Everyone looked like a professional athlete. We had like some linebacker from the Dolphins walking by us with some chick, and just the most extravagant shit that you've ever seen in your life. This is what we were looking at, and then I popped through with my Santa Claus shorts on. And then I popped through with my Santa shorts. So as everyone's walking in, it's like a fashion show at the pool. There was like multiple pools. It was a kid resort pool. It was a main pool, and then there was like
lazy river.
A lazy river that was behind us. That was really cool. And then there was like a water park with slides and all that kind of stuff. Now, when I showed up with my Santa ho shorts that we got off Amazon 5 years ago, and they're all kind of strained out and look like they belong in the trash. When I headed for the pool with my really firm in shape body that looked like I stepped out of the gym too, people were like, and I'm telling you, them ho-ho-hos, swimming trunks, they were grabbing some attention. I don't know if it was good attention, but everyone's like, so that's what it looks like when you just don't give a shit. That fucking guy right there. Yeah, but you can see it was just like they gave you like this tub of ice, and then you had your drinks, and then you put your drinks inside this ice, and then they had some beautiful charcuterie board. It was like, this is it.
Number one, I'm the one who taught you to put your cup in the ice so it stays cold. That's number one.
Okay, you got that. You got that.
Number two, it was a Mediterranean platter.
It was very good.
It was not charcuterie.
It was very good.
Yeah.
And then Levi, he had his first taste of alcohol.
Yes.
He didn't like sip it. You know how kids do. They just like shoot it down as fast as possible. But you know, he grew up a lot on that trip, I think.
Yeah, they had a good time.
Levi and Stella, both of them realized a lot that was going on from the different places that we went. They learned a lot and grew up a lot. I think all the kids kind of grew up a lot on our trip. No exceptions on that. And the hotel, I mean, like I've been to some hotels. Most of the hotels are kind of run down and stuff like that. This hotel was like the nicest hotel that I've been in. Everything was plush. I'm not saying we had the nicest room. We had a junior suite, but just everything, every part about it was just like good, better, and best. It was striving for excellence and best in everything that they did and in every aspect of this place. It was definitely eye-opening of this is your clientele. This is your clientele that you deal with. This is the stuff that your clients, your high-profile clients, this is the things that they do. This is the way that your high-profile clients that you deal with, this is the kind of stuff that they expect, what you're experiencing. Now that, you know, this is over, this is what your customers want from you, right? This is the level of service that your customers are expecting from you. And it was really eye-opening. It was like, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So that was that. The golf course was just unbelievable how beautiful it was. You could play on the driving range for free as long as you're staying there, but I didn't bring my clubs, and I could have, but we were hanging out the pool. I thought I was going to come back at 4 or whatever, but we didn't. But we did steal a coconut off the course. So that was good. Levi has it in a bath right now. We're going to grow a palm tree from it. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah. Look how nice it is. It's just so green, so beautiful. And the little lizard running on the golf course.
Yeah. Florida definitely has all the iguanas.
Oh, iguana. What did I say? Lizard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, iguana. The big old son bitch. And then we had a disappointing experience at Italy.
We just had all kinds of disappointing experiences.
I wanted to eat at a fancy restaurant. Okay. And we could have went to the one at the hotel that was like super overpriced.
Yeah. We're going to have a little $1,000 dinner.
It was
you
super,
wouldn't have been disappointed.
It was super overpriced, but I said, you know, there's the Italy that's in walking distance at this beautiful Ventura Mall. It has nice Italy. It has Mercedes and Rolls Royce and stuff inside the shopping mall. It had Louis Vuitton was here, and the Italy was there, so we thought it would be nice. And even though the food was fantastic, everything was fantastic, it kind of shows you about hiring, that you can have the best service, the best food, the best everything, but the wrong hire can just one person can ruin the whole thing. Am I right?
Yeah.
This person that works at Italy, that someone made the mistake of hiring him, looked like he had just got his ass whipped, like before he came to, well, maybe the day before he came to our table. His nose was all split up, like someone just got done using him as a punching bag, and his nose was all split up and all this shit. Hold on, let me go through some pictures and I'll show you. I mean, the food was good. The food was good. Don't get me wrong about that. The food was good. The stuff that we ordered. This kid right here was fantastic. This kid was he only spoke like Italian or whatever. This kid didn't even speak English hardly, but very good kid, and the food was good. She had some kind of prosciutto pizza.
She did. It was delicious.
And yeah. Anyway, the thing is, tell me about that experience and this dude. That was our waiter.
Our waiter was not very attentive. Usually when your food comes, you bring the cheese blizzard with you, and the cheese blizzard never showed up. He kind of disappeared until we were finished with our food. Our drinks were empty and the whole freaking thing. And that just goes back down to service. We're in a very high end area, and we are not selling a pizza that you get in a box. You're selling the whole plate. And that's the whole thing with the high end clients, is that you're not selling by the foot. They don't care if it's 500 feet of freaking socket wire. They don't care that you're, doing it for $8 a foot or $12 a foot. They want their property transformed so that the decor matches their architecture. You are selling your service. You're reliable. You're going to show up if they have a problem. You're going to have your maintenance done. Your takedown of storage is smooth. You're communicating with them. They don't care. They care about their budget, but they don't care about the per foot price. They care about your service. And that is the difference between your two guys in a truck, grabbing their crap from Home Depot and you having a quality, good service. So that is something definitely, I know the waiter sucked, whatever. And
no, he looked like he just got his ass kicked for giving shitty service the day before. The two tables that were sitting on the left and right of us, both of them had ordered something. He had fumbled it so bad that they finally said, just cancel this shit and give me my bill. And then so someone would come strolling up with the food twice. And both tables on the left and right were like, nah, we already canceled that. We're getting out of here. This service sucks. This dude's a joke. And then so we're like sitting down like, man, what the fuck? Right?
Yeah.
Because we waited for like an hour.
Down to the experience. What kind of experience do you want your clients to have? And it's a good example of what happens when you have a bad experience and you're not expecting that in a high-end area.
Not at Italy. I mean, I was so looking forward to going to Italy because I knew that was a fancy place and it was a lot less expensive in comparison to the fancy hotel we were at, steakhouse restaurant, especially with the kids, because it's like, shit adds up with the kids. But yeah, so for example, I'll just give you a small window example of how terrible this service was.
I'm trying to get back on Christmas lights, guys.
We're talking about Christmas lights. It's like you have all the process, you have all the food, you have all the waiters, you have the advertising, you have the location, you have everything, but this one person ruins everything for you, especially when you talk to the wrong person who has an influence. So you come up there and you say, hey, would you like a water? Because I'm sweating my ass off because I just did 4 lines of cocaine out in the bathroom. So, and I'm getting really antisocial and I don't really want to be around people. So, hey, you look like you could use a water. And then you fucking leave and come back and get one person a water. And like, okay, what would you like? A soda? Well, let me leave and go get that one person a soda and come back 30 minutes. And it's like, why don't you just take all of our orders for what we want, water and what we want to drink and an appetizer, and then go start working on that and come back with everything, right?
Yes.
Why are you bringing just one water at a time and then coming like what? I don't even get it. Like, I don't even understand how the hell you made it through any kind of training or who the hell approved you to be out here on this job. The same thing is, what's your approval process to say that person should be on the floor because I'm desperate and I really need somebody, and we're it's hard for us in this rich neighborhood, this rich area, to find someone who wants to work at a restaurant. I don't know if it's that. I don't know what it is. But this dude was the worst server in the world. And how the hell he was working at this nice restaurant is besides me. It wasn't, I mean, he was about 380 pounds and looked every bit of it. But he had a nice, like, voice, if you can get past his face, that just looked like he got into a car accident with someone's fist over a gambling debt or something, a drug deal gone wrong or whatever. But his nose was all busted up, had stitches, and he was all busted up like, you're like, you want to interview him about who won the fight, because obviously you didn't. I mean, it was like that, but it was just the whole thing was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, and I am very embarrassed for Italy. So Italy, if you're listening, you owe me, dude. You owe me on this one. That was just trash service. Great food, great environment, great everything, great location, and the food was still good. It still kind of overcame the shitty service. But it was one of those blink once if you're in distress, But yeah, I mean, another meme might have said something, but I don't like complaining and stuff at restaurants and stuff. If I don't like you, I just usually won't do business with you. But I just couldn't believe Italy had done that, and it was that embarrassing. I just couldn't believe it. But anyway. Back to the place that did kick ass, take names, and deserves every bit of a 4 or 5 star, whatever the accommodation is. Absolutely. The JW Marriott Turnberry. That was lap of luxury and service and everything. The guy who opens up doors had been there for 25 years, still opening up doors and grabbing people's luggage. Think about that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the Turnberry. And then, so the next morning, of course, the habits of highly successful people is waking up in the morning. And when you're going golfing and you're on a golf course, only the straight ballers get the first tee time. I learned that from Uncle Jack. Uncle Jack was like, only the ballers get the 7:03, 7:05 tee time. So you ain't got to wait, and you get out there cool before it gets hot. And so I told Levi, I said, hey, man, it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. You know, the sun's not up yet, but if the sun went up, it's like 6:30. So I was like, let's go over there at 5:45 and let's go look at the gym. And the gym looked like professional athlete stuff with the ropes. And it was unbelievable, this gym. It was the nicest gym I've ever seen. They had a Starbucks underneath the gym. We went in there and got some coffee. Then we went back there and we were watching the golfers, but we had to be at the airport at 8. So it's like, but Starbucks drinks, just Levi and I were just walking and say, look, boy, look at the way that this grass that they do on this putting green. He had never seen a putting green before. And I could have got a set of clubs. We could have played there all day, but, you know, the water park and, you know, just I wish I could have stayed there more time. And then everyone.
Morning in beautiful Miami, Florida. We are in Miami in one of the nicest golf courses in all of Miami. It's right here at the Marriott Turnberry.
That guy said the only golf course that you can golf at.
He did.
We're not the nicest one. We're the only one that a private golf course you can actually golf here just for staying at the hotel. Other than that, no one can even get on any golf courses in Miami. That's what it's like.
In Aventura, they have a beautiful water park. I want to talk to you about all this kind of stuff. So make sure you tune in every Wednesday, to the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind podcast at 3 o'clock, baby, because it is finished. What do you think so far, boo?
So far, it's been a great trip. It's been luxurious, to say the least. And if you like some luxury as well, check out the deals on ChristmasContractor.com, where we got our sale going till today. The end of today.
Yeah, so you get the point. And then, so we left this beautiful place, and then we went to the airport, and the airport doesn't have a United Lounge. But since we were elevated to some kind of
Gold.
the next level
Alliance,
of something that they said, you know, Ron has been on enough whatever punishment that he now gets to have nice stuff. This Turkish lounge, this Turkish Airlines lounge, Star Alliance Gold. This was very nice. Very nice. I couldn't believe how nice this was. And they let us in there. But they had like a in the bathroom, it was like you can get your prayer station here and you can get your bathroom over there, but it was just super it was a lot nicer than the United Lounge.
Different.
It was nicer.
Yeah.
It was just nicer food, nicer setup. Like at the beginning, there wasn't even a bartender. They just had bottles of wine on ice and you just make whatever you want yourself. Right?
Yes.
We didn't do any of that. I like service, but yeah, it was. Then the bartender finally showed up as we were leaving because it was Sunday or Monday.
It was Monday. It was
Monday
but
morning,
it was
but
noon.
yeah. The bartender finally showed up about 7 or 9
right before we left.
o'clock. Yeah,
we boarded right before 11. So right before 11 is when the bartender came in.
Very nice. And then of course back on first class seats. That's how Laura rolls in that same
5F.
5F is how she rolls. So that's that. All right. So that was a lot. That was a lot.
That was an hour and 45 minutes of vacation talk. You got some tidbits in there, though. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Can I talk to you about loyalty?
Okay.
Can I talk to you about loyalty? Can I talk to you about supporting the show? Yeah, send me a comment. If you're listening, send me a comment. Send me a comment here. Loyalty. Do you remember we have pretty much engaged with every single person who's engaged with us. Listen to what I'm saying to you. The beginning of the season, if you look at Kingdom Radio, and you'll see that we interviewed Mike Wingard. He's like got some coaching something or other, right? Mm-hmm. We interviewed him, and then 3 days later, out of nowhere, we jumped on an airplane and went to Universal Studios and kind of heard his thing and experienced it and went with them and kind of hung out with his little group of people or whatever. And we did that. I mean, on our own dime, right? He was just on the podcast, and that's how we are. You know, we just came out and participated and supported people who supported us. Who's another one? Christmas Expo.
Yeah.
I said I was never going back to a trade show unless they pay me to be there. Now I'm sticking with that, and that's final answer. And somehow, you know, Joyce came on with Michael Simmons, who's probably our favorite person, I would say, or one of our favorite people. One of our favorite people. And, you know, it's like, you know what? I like what you're doing. I like where you're doing it in Texas. I like who you're supporting and all that. And I want to be there. I want to be a part of that. So they came on the show, and then we actually went to the thing, you know? So do you see a trend here, what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. I hear what you're talking.
We had Mike Marlowe flew in he was going to go see his real customers. I mean, he knows that we're not a customer of his or whatever. Wintergreen or whatever.
Moving on.
But I mean, he knows that. He came in just to say hello. He came into Houston and just wanted to say hello to us. And he had, the first day he got here, he had dinner with us. And then I said something on him and Pete, very nice. But I said, hey man, if you send, anyone who sends me a hat, I'll wear it. That one hat, that blue hat, has been in at least 50 videos from one podcast. 50 videos. One podcast. If you support with us, we support with you. I do have some new things now. I got some new bulbs, Kingdom bulbs with identifying markers on it. I do have that didn't get screwed up this year like last year. But looking forward to that, which I'll show you more of that one as soon as we get all these pictures of them. But I definitely got all of them, got some samples, and we're ready to go on that. But yeah, that's good. And then also even before that, like Clipicon. Matt Hayden came on our show, and then we're like, he's such a nice guy. And we said, shit, we'll go to Clipicon and support you. And it costs us like $5,500.
Mm-hmm.
What's that marketing company that came on our show? Jacob something or other from the Market Man or whatever the hell it was. Something. Pipeline. Yeah. Mr. Pipeline. Mr. Pipeline, he came on here talking about he did websites, and we bought a brand new website from him because he came on, and we just do business with people who do business with us. I mean, he came on the show one time and we just bought a website, right?
Yep.
I mean, we didn't use it, and I got some other opinions about that, but you come on and support with us, and we support with you. I mean, you came on and spent 10 minutes with us, and we did thousands of dollars back in your direction. It's like, that's what it's about, and that's what we do. And if you're not engaging with Kingdom, ChristmasContractor.com, the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind podcast, you're missing out big time, because we don't just take. A lot of you take. All you do is take. We give more than we take. If you give to us, we give back more than you. In many ways. And so that's why I would say you should probably lean into supporting with us. And I cannot believe there's not 100 hats over here, really. But anyway, that's that. I will say Uz Marketing.
Yeah.
Uz Marketing sent a message. What's her name? Mel?
Mel.
She's like, hey, do you think I could post into the mastermind and tell them that you're a great person and you love us? I'm like, sure. What was this, like when we were on vacation?
Yeah.
I was like, this is like the second time she asked, like, yeah, sure. I like that. Us marketing. Because we accidentally we took some liberty on some contests with Us Marketing last year, and they kind of halfway gave us permission, but it wasn't really completely in stone. It was said, but it wasn't like confirmed. But yeah, they came in and confirmed in a big way, and they were like, hey, I want to have a contest about 100 yard signs. Is it okay to post? And I'm like, sure. And then sure enough, she's like, hey, happy birthday, you won. And I was like, that's something sounds fishy, but I like it. Yeah. So I won 100 signs, you know what I mean? But the thing is they got the best pricing in the country. They're local right down the street from us, and they'll beat any prices, ship right to you, free shipping or whatever, and beat anyone's price in the country. Great people. And they're right down the street. Us Marketing. We've been using Dirt Cheap Signs for years. And we have an affiliate link with them too. But, you know, you're missing the next part of it is when they're kissing your ass and trying to network with you. And then the more that they network with you, you push back and you network with them. And that's what's going on here. Okay. It's the same thing I try to throw out for the t-shirts, T-Soul or Tank. You know, I'd love to do business with one person and have an exclusive person, but we just can't seem to get there for some reason on t-shirts. But I have a feeling we will. But anyway, what's another one? Holodynamics. The greatest Christmas networking event I've ever been to is the Holodynamics Olympics, period. Yeah. And we spent almost, almost $1 million with them.
Mm-hmm.
50 to 500,000, maybe $600,000 with them.
Something.
We went to the Holodynamics. They're good people, fantastic, just down to earth family people, you know. And, and people they poured into us. It was a free ticket. And it was the greatest thing that we ever been to in the Christmas industry. And so we said, man, it was actually perfect timing for it, in more ways than one. But great time, met great people. And we ended up, doing business together for, a considerable amount of money that exchanged hands in between that relationship. But it all goes from people that are doing good for you. You want to, give seed to the sower. And then people, they do business with us or they support us in some way or invite us or treat us. And we return the favor is what I'm getting at. So send your boy Ron some stuff. I'm getting kind of like I'm needing to feel like a little more love. So get after it. Anyway, what do we got going on right now, babe? Right now in the Christmas season. Oh, this was the banner I think I made. Yeah.
Let's see what you made here.
Mike Wingard,
look at you doing that.
Christmas Expo, Mike Marlowe. I mean, this ain't the dude, but whatever. Holodynamics, Clip-A-Con. Oh, Matt Staton. That's another one. Matt Staton was like, hey, man, he reached out. I reached out. Shit, that dude made like $100 and some thousand last year off of his design studio, Strander. And we were pushing them and promoting them all the time. For what? Not for nothing. We don't get paid by anybody to do anything. Or to say something or none of that. I won't allow that. I don't want to be a part of someone micromanaging me and telling me what the hell I can do and not do. That will never work. I don't let people tell me what to do, but that's a good point though. Good point. The season where we are right now in the season is right here. Right now we are in hiring. We are hiring. If you want a job in the Christmas light installation business, okay, if you want a job, a career, if you want to learn, you want to be a part of one of the biggest companies in Houston, you want to stay busy, you want to make $3,000, you want to make $5,000 a week working for a company, Kingdom Christmas Lights is hiring, and we have positions that start immediately right now. We're looking for installers. We're looking for other positions that are in support of installation. Okay. I would never consider someone as a warehouse worker or a whatever. It's just like the Air Force. You either fly planes or you're supporting people who do, period. Those are the two jobs. Pilots and people who support that mission. Those are the two jobs. That's the only two. Not like, well, no, that's not in my job description. I can only work a week and a half because mine is only for prime time. I have this one specific little thing. It's like, we're not working for the government here. You're going to have to do this one day and do something different another day, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have more talents than just all I know how to do is pre-bulb, or all I know how to do is just this one little teeny thing. It's like you're useful like for like a week and a half. And then it's like, well, can you do this? No. Can you do that? No. I guess today's your last day then, right? Am I right? It's like I should have never even hired you. That's all you can do is one little thing. You want to get more versatile people who can do more things so they can be busy earlier in the season, and then they can be busy later and a lot closer to Christmas, and then even maybe in takedown. So when you're hiring, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for people that actually can do multiple things, someone who's goal-oriented. They wake up early in the morning. They stay up late at night. They want to make as much money as possible. That's their mission. That's the only people that I surround myself with during this time, which it is go time right now. No more bullshitting, completely hyper-focused on this mission of getting this done. Not just making as much money as possible, but being as efficient as possible. The money will come. You don't have to worry about the money. You stay true to your process, stay true to the things that you believe in. Make sure the quality of the product that you're putting onto the streets is always up here, and you'll have a job next year. You'll have a job the year after that. You'll have a career. You'll have money. You'll have everything you want as long as you focus on the most important things, your quality and how efficient you are in this business. You can be like me. You can be like Laura. Do you know anyone who does it full time? We're not some big ass company. We're just like two hillbillies from Texas. But this is all we do is Christmas because I got the shit figured out. And I actually do it. We actually do it. And we have nobody working for us, no employees right this second. And we will have about 25 of them working for us in the next month. How is that going to happen? Now hiring, baby. Now hiring. Follow us and I'll show you how to do it. But now hiring. So holla at your boy. Laura, tell me what you got to say. If you want to call in, be a part of the show. After we've only been on for 4 hours, right?
I mean, it's only been.
It's only been 2. We have another hour to go. Okay, so now that we're on the 3rd hour of our show, give us a call. It is 832-429-4959. That's right. Give us a call, 832-429-4959, and be on our show live right now.
Or if you have any questions, you go ahead and post them.
Or don't call. I'm going to leave it up there for a minute. This is actually our, you know what? And I'm going to say something too about that, how we support people who support us and stuff like that. I cannot believe an owner of a Christmas light distribution company in Virginia was trying to tell us that the reason why they didn't send us samples of their lights when we really needed a vendor 4 years ago or whatever it was is because I didn't seem like I was very serious and they didn't want to waste $20 on us for what it cost to send us a sample. Remember that? Remember that? Do you remember that?
No.
I remember that. I'll never forget that. We weren't worth fucking $20 to this company. It starts with an S, ends with a 4.
I don't keep that kind of shit in my back pocket anymore. Just kind of.
I was like, I told the owner of the company, which I have on the cell phone, it's just the Texas territorial reps. It's just, I haven't met not one that's worth a fuck. None of them. All of them have been trashed, which is great for us. But none of these big companies have good representation in Texas. I haven't met not one yet. But saying that we weren't even worth fucking $20 to send a sample of lights, I just dumbfounded. But
anyways,
the owner since then has told me something better than that I could work directly with him since he doesn't have anyone that works for his company that can handle Texas, that whatever. But that shit was, when I said it's impossible to do business with them, I said it like 4 or 5 times, and the owner started calling me about it and then told me that if we weren't worth fucking $20 to send a fucking sample to, it was like, that's probably a good reason why we don't do any business with them. But anyway, so let's go into this. Street smart or book smart? Did you see that post the other day?
I saw it.
What do you think about that? Because Laura's book smart. Your buddy Ron's street smart.
I take offense to that comment.
You are book smart. You're so smart.
I'm both.
You are both. I wouldn't say you're as street smart as me.
Well, ain't no ghetto, but I'm smart.
You're very smart.
I know how to watch my back when I'm in a situation, but I am book smart. I am smarter than you.
Yeah, 100%. But your buddy Ron is using 4-letter words and 5-letter words. And usually only words that I know how to spell is the words I say. You know what I mean? For the most part. And, but Laura, she's like, knows all these fancy words. She can speak very eloquently. I'm always like, what is that word? And I'm like, truly have no idea what it means. And she's always educating me. And I usually direct with street smarts. But I just feel like the reason why I said that, because it seems like AI is kind of curving the book smart. You can pretty much get any kind of information you want at your fingertips in seconds. So it's not
You still have to know what to ask. That's what I've noticed. You have to know what to ask, because they can take you into a tangent that you don't need to go down if you don't know what you're asking for. So you still got to be kind of smart. And you've figured that out in the last 4 months in building, all this coding stuff you've been doing.
I've been hanging out with some smart people. And speaking of which, there's a distributor in Texas. I spoke to Jason Woodward the other day. He messaged me. A very nice. He has something really coming out next week that he's really excited about, and he was talking to me about it. And I was like, I like that. I like when I engage with people and they engage back. I like that stuff. That's what I'm looking for. That's the kind of synergy that I want right there. But Jason, he told me, and then Joey's like, I've been telling you that for fucking months about moonshots. But yeah, Jason Woodward, he's like, you should listen to this podcast, Moonshots. And I've been listening to Peter Diamond and Moonshots podcast. And I'm telling you, this is like instructors at MIT and just some of the Elon Musk is on there and stuff. And it's like the smartest people on the planet. I'm just like consuming this into my mind every second. The smartest, most capable people on the planet pouring into me. They don't realize that they're pouring into me. They're just pouring into the microphone and the video camera. But the way that they talk and the way that they carry themselves and the way that they think and all the education that they've had and stuff, I'm just like being a sponge and soaking it in like I'm personally in college right now. And I'm just trying to do things that I never thought was possible. And it's been fantastic. It's been the greatest experience. And I do appreciate that everyone, Murphy, and Joseph Murphy has really helped out a lot. I'll say that. But everyone who's been pouring into us and supporting us and showing us love and stuff like that, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. And you'll see that I will engage back with you 100%. So I do appreciate that. And thanks, Jason Woodward, for that conversation that everyone will find out next week. But I thank you for that conversation there. Did I get a phone call? Because I got the ringer off.
Well.
So that would probably be the reason why I couldn't hear it if someone did call. Oh, well, we'll have to get to it later. Anyway, we have had a lot of people asking to be on our show. Okay, I've had Eric Garcia's asked about 10 times. I've had like 20 people ask to be on our show or stuff. It's like, dude, it's Christmas time. I don't know if we're going to have any guest moving forward just because it's been so busy the last couple of weeks. We might have someone on there, but definitely connect with us and go to the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind Facebook page. I'm pretty much live on that damn thing. Right? Yeah. Okay. What else do we got? We got something else, I'm sure. Let me look at here in my list. Oh, it's marketing. Yeah. Network with Kingdom. If you're smart. Yes. RSS feed. We still got people all over the country. If you're in Australia, man, I'm cool. If you're in England, thank you for listening. If you're in Africa, man, you're only one person listening, but I do appreciate you listening. You probably thought it was Kingdom, like a church thing, but yeah, we do appreciate you listening all over the country. Thank you. The new listener we just got this week from Alaska. Apparently that is part of the United States also. And we appreciate you listening. What else? Loyalty. Oh, Design Studio. But once you show Daddy how.
Oh, you want me to show it?
Hiring. We're now hiring. We got that done. Or Christmas Contractor.com kickoff.
That's right. We have the ChristmasContractor.com kickoff on September 25th and 26th. You can scope out your tickets on ChristmasContractor.com. Click on the training button, and at the bottom, you'll see that. There it is right there.
Yeah, training.
We got some standard tickets. We have, if you have a team, you can bring that. And then we have some VIP passes. If you're flying in, we'll come pick you up at the airport. And we also do a lake house stay. So we have that. And it's a really good time. You learn a lot. You will learn a lot and still call us and ask questions, and that's completely fine. Last year, we did do some split ops where I taught Photoshop and different estimating things, and while the boys did some new installation training and some different things like that. But it's a good opportunity to not just learn something new and expand your business, but also to network with other installers. And it really, every time, it doesn't matter if they've been in business for a year or 20 years, you still can learn something from someone. You really, really can. And that's the great thing about networking.
The greatest thing about this one is because I'm teaching it. We've had other people teaching it. I think Guyman's taught 2 years, and I kind of went in a little bit here and there, and we kind of argued about a couple little points about spacing of mini lights and shit. But we've had some people from around the country. Turkelson has been at the last couple ones and stuff, but I'm teaching this one exclusively. And most of the people who come there, they're like, dude, I just came to hear you, dude. And I usually don't even talk at all or train at all most of the time. This one, I'm training the whole entire thing. So if you want to learn how to make these videos that I make, I'm going to teach you. If you want to learn how to use AI and learn how to build your own thing with AI and get the fast track, let's talk about it. Let's train on it. Anything that you want to learn, come hang out with us. But that's not the most important thing, I think, about the... What's up, Levi? Come on, vámonos aquí. Yendo. I think the most important thing is the season is about to start. And it kind of goes back into the Bible days, or when I say Bible days, I mean just a king. When we had kings rule the world, they still do in some places, but the kings ruled the world. And before the kings went to battle, they consulted with the priest, the man of God, whoever the priest was. And you would consult with the priest or what do they call it? Whatever they are. They would consult with the priest to decide, should we go to war? Is God on our side going to war, right? You with me so far, Laura?
I'm listening to it. I'm trying to figure it out.
This is like what it's like coming to this, because we're like a real family type of oriented business, and everyone who comes here, like, you know, everyone's hugging each other like they're all part of the family. That's kind of the way that we do it. When you go to networking events, you're probably just sitting down and you're probably not used to seeing that. I remember when Murphy was there, he's like, dude, I can't believe you're like that with your customers. Like, they're like all like family members with you. And I'm like, I know, just that we're a family business. But having all of these installers, and some of them been installing for 20, I mean, Michael Simmons came to our thing like 4 years ago, right? I didn't know he was such a celebrity. But having all these installers that have been doing it for 5 and 10 years, they don't need training. They don't even want to hear a lot of training, to be honest with you. It's just, we're about to go to battle. And before we do, let's just get one more a gathering of eagles, an assimilation of kings, that the kings get together and they consult with each other and they get to network with each other. And like, we're about to go here, and just kind of getting those fine tuning things right before, like 2 days or 3 days before. It's the last weekend before October 1st every time. This time it's September 25th and 26th. But the last Friday and Saturday before October 1st every year, that's when we do it. And it's the last opportunity to get anyone who knows what the hell they're talking about to teach you that actually does it for a living. There's no other training that's past that. Most people are still already busy in the country, but that right there is the best time to get last minute deals. Go there and network, get around other people who are about to do the same thing you're doing. They're gassed up, they're ready to go, or they're about to just start. And that's a perfect time to start. If it's your first year, that's a great time to start. But getting in there, that assimilation of all of these contractors who have all this experience, it ain't me, it ain't this person. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to us. That's what I personally look forward to. I love bringing in all the best people from all over the country and getting to network with them and getting to learn with them and see how everyone does it, and, you know, meeting with people and getting to see all those people before we start. It's one of the things that I think is the highlight of our season, is that kickoff. I do enjoy that one. I do like the Christmas party too. I do like the Christmas party also, but the Christmas party, everybody's busy and they're worn out and they're tired and you can't get them all there. This thing that we do in October, we have professional chefs and barbecue. I mean, it's a whole experience. It's a family thing, and you should be there. Get your ass a ticket. If you can't afford a ticket, holla at me, but get your ass a ticket to that one. Be there, hang out with us, and we're going to learn some stuff. Speaking of which, I'm going to teach you a little something. Since I'm on the ChristmasContractor.com, let's look at a few things real quick. Lay your hands on me. All right. So let's go in here and see what are we doing here. This shit was going good. So you can find a contractor. You can list your business now. It wasn't working very good before, and I was on vacation trying to fix it. But you can list your business here. You can search for companies. I mean, where you want to look at, Boo. Tell me where it's at. I'm gonna show you some stuff.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna do the design studio?
I'm gonna show you just a contract. Let's go look anywhere in the country. Tell me a place in the country.
Do 90210. Let's see. Let's go with let's do Denver.
Denver? That's Colorado, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Colorado.
I'll give you a zip code. 80204.
Okay, hold on. Let me go.
But look at that. Look at that right there.
What is it? 80240?
80204.
80204. All right, so we got Denver Christmas Light Installers. Co-lights. Larger than lights.
Larger than lights.
Chili lights. Denver Illuminations. I mean, they're all here. I mean, yeah. Sweet. Can you see this? Oh, you're not looking at this.
So I can see it. This is an unclaimed profile. So if you are...
But this is their actual website.
Denver Illuminations, you can claim your profile right there. And you can update that, but it also shows their website. Took you straight there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure enough. Yeah, sure enough. Or if you go to... let's see here. Let's go back to... Co-light. This is all ranked by a certain a ranking system that we rank contract. What the hell's going on with this? Can you still see it?
I can see it
on your screen. Oh, okay, my screen's all act poo poo. Anyway, the hell's going on with this shit? Anyway, all right. So Denver. Let's see here. This one's the number one based on I don't know whatever that is. Our algorithm. And yeah, visit website. Boom. Oh yeah, look at this one.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, little floating little stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you're in Denver, there's plenty of choices. I think there's 300-400 contractors we have in Denver currently. Damn, look at that plane, huh? It's like they only decorated half of it or something. I don't know, but yeah, it looks good.
Well, you get around whatever that is.
Yeah, Denver Christmas Light Installers. Looks like these mofos are on the news.
Cool.
Look at them. Check them out. Anyway, but this is the kind of stuff you see at ChristmasContractor.com. You can pretty much find an installer anywhere in the country. Let me take you back here. So that's in the Find the Contractor. You can look at them. You can go to anywhere in the country. You can also, if you went to that what was it again? 7 something or
it was 80204.
So if you went to the 802 and find contractors, you can also see like you can go down to the map. You can go down to the map and see all of them in Denver. And then if you click on this, it'll show you all 5 whatever, and then you click on them and you can see it from the map too.
Yeah.
And then Pro Power. So it looks like Homeboy's a power washer, and he offers Christmas light service apparently.
Cool.
Don't know where he has the. Must be up here. Lighting. Oh, Oh, jellyfish
It's
lighting.
not on the other thing.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. This is what I'm looking at. So I guess he's lighting. I guess he only offers permanent lighting. He offers jellyfish. Come on, dog. You can't be offering no jellyfish, bro. You got to be offering Invisilights. Come on now. Anyway, we should kick him off. No, I'm just joking. All right. So anyway, back to this. For some reason, I'm not. Why am I not? I'm not. Somehow, my screen is not working.
You got something going on over there.
Oh, here we go. I'm back now. I'm back now. I come to release this info. All right. So let's look at Design Studio. So we're not looking at this either, right? So, okay, I'll see what happened here. Somehow I messed up.
Did you figure it out?
Share screen, Design Studio. Yeah, baby, I got this. I was born free. Are we good now?
There it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think something happened with this view, and it just messed up my jump. Let me see. Right here. All right, anyway, back to what I was saying before I was really interrupted with this. So yeah, so if you're a homeowner, you can do the Design Studio, and you can look at like it'll show you the materials that you need, and you can buy the materials and stuff, and you can request an estimate. And if you say I'm in say, what was the zip code you said?
80204.
Okay, so if you're on Christmas lights, let's say we're on C9s and we're in Christmas lights, and you're at 80204, it's gonna tell you what you need for your Christmas light display based on this. And here's all the stuff for the red, white, and blue. Here's all the bulbs. Here's everything. You can buy it, or you can request an estimate. And it'll show you the Santa matchup, which is cool. The mine's showing it because I'm here. But if you go to the Contractor version, the Pro version, it's only available on desktop. You can't use a mobile phone to do this. It's not happening. Anyway, so on this one is cool because let me erase all this stuff and I'll show you how easy this is. Anyway, so we don't need this one either, right? Yeah. So this is like you load a picture in here. Check how cool this damn thing is.
Mm-hmm. I'm watching.
You can go to a street view and give me an address. This is actually my address, so I can put it in here, and then it's right here in the dashboard. You can go over here, and as everyone knows, this is our ChristmasContractor.com. This is what our property looks like. And that's our little warehouse. And you can see the Merry Christmas down there. You can see that Merry Christmas down there. This is just Google Street View. But it's right here in the middle of the Design Studio. And then you're like, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want right here. And so use this view. Draw a door around the box. Bop. And then you're decorating. And then there you go. Boom. There's your scale. And then you're working. Okay. So this is how that's done. You can, obviously you can zoom in more than that. But you can also go to use the demo image.
Okay.
Okay. And of course that one you've seen me do this one a million times. Okay. So you can do that one. Or you can change the background and just upload a photo. So I'll upload this one I just had. And this is, you got to size it, but you see how there's lines in here on the sides, on the left and right, that shows you the exportable part. All right. And then first thing you do is just draw a line around the door. If you have an oversized door, just do like what a normal door would be. Okay. And that's going to help you with that. And then just like roof line, check this out. I have it on red, white, and blue because I like red, white, and blue, but we can just put it on warm white or whatever you want. So you can go down like this. And then basically you're just, this is all one continuous line. And then if it stops, I stop. That way we can figure out the jumps and the connections. Okay, so we're up, down, all around.
And he's holding shift. Just so you know. If you're trying to figure it out like I was doing it earlier, you got to hold shift down to have the one continuous line so it doesn't add up all the lamp cord and the males and females.
Mm-hmm. And we're
Okay.
working on it. It's not completely ready. We're working on it. But I mean, you can do more things. But this is just the roof line, for example. And so if you got the night mode, you're looking like this. So if you're like,
I think
hey,
that ridge line needs to be done.
yeah, let me
You're moving on. Go
let
ahead.
me stay on topic. So like this is warm white. So if I said no, but I was actually looking for red, pure white, and blue. Okay, and then I want 2-2-1-1 combination, and this is a continuous flow. Okay.
Okay.
So as you start and stop, it stays. As you start and stop, it keeps the same continuous pattern. That's something cool. All right, it can tell you what 15-inch spacing. You see how the different bulbs that you need is 74, 73. You see that?
Yeah, I see.
But on 12-inch spacing, it's 92 bulbs.
Yes.
It tells you how much socket wire you need, how many clips. Let's make sure we got the right amount of feet. 271, what do you say here? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 170. Would you say it's 271? You think that's high?
Go back up. Let me look. 10, 20, 30. Yeah.
Would you say that's right?
You could.
Okay. How much do you think it is?
271.
Okay.
Your thing said 271. How much do I think it is?
Mhm.
Footage?
Mhm.
I think you're close on 271.
All right. Well, you can just adjust it anyway, and it'll adjust it. So anyway, so you have that, and this is all the equipment that you'll need: one timer, the extension cords, and everything. You can go over here and you can just view all the stuff. You can buy the materials. It's got everything that you would need, broken down to exactly what you need by the packs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just add it right to the shopping cart, and then boom, you're right there in the shopping cart with every single thing that's in there: the red, white, and blue, everything, all the bulbs, boom, ready to check out. $534.97. Boom, checkout's on the way. Like, who does that? Who's doing that right now? Nobody. And I'm just getting started on this shit. I know the design studio is not perfect, but it will be perfect, and there'll be nothing like it. And even though you're smarter than me, I'll just outwork your ass. That's just the way it's going to work. I'll just outwork you, period. That's what people who aren't smart have to do. You have to work harder than the people who are. That's the way it works. Anyway, but like, check this out. So if I went over here and I went to permanent lighting, right? Say 36 volt permanent. Okay, as soon as I go to permanent, you see it switch? You seeing that?
Yeah. If it was a warm white or a candy cane, then I would have seen the switch a little easier, but that's okay.
You don't like this? We can put red in there. We can put red.
Relax.
We can
Calm
do
down.
so this is the we can do the 4-4 or the 5-5 on when it comes to this, but see, as you can see here, this one probably needs a little bit less transparency just because of the glow in this particular version. Each one is different. And this is the actual bulbs. But anyway, so this right here is permanent lighting, right?
Okay.
Let me get the Espacio. Yeah, so you can change the tracks like this, like however you want it to present it.
Okay.
Now you can just take go into your, you can send this to the customer. The customer is going to look at it like this, which is going to be in this client estimate view.
Okay.
The customer is going to look at it like, can you all see that? Yeah. It's just, I don't have the permanent lighting estimate done yet, because if you go to C9s, you can see what C9s look like, but the permanent lighting, I don't have that part done as far as sending the estimate, which it'll probably be done in a couple of days. I'm just, right now, I could care less about it. Permanent lighting. But in the permanent lighting, this red, white, and blue is pretty tight. You can take a screenshot of your snipping tool,
Mm-hmm.
and you can go to video and you can make a video and just send the customer a video of this right here of their house with permanent lighting on it. But something that's really cool that you can also do is it tells you the permanent lighting that you need. You need one power box. You need the 48 sections of this. You need this as many pucks you need. This is how many extension wire injections. And then you say, okay, well, shit, let me view the cost of this. And then it'll say, here's exactly what you need. Here's the package that you need. You can choose the channel. So you're going to need J channel. You're going to want maybe Cameo off-white or classic cream. All right, and shop this package. And here's the breakdown of all the materials. This is your labor actual footage and all that. It has it all broken down. Shop this package, and then guess what happens? Boom. It's right here in your cart at ChristmasContractor.com. You have your permanent lighting package right in there. You can buy it right now. Boom.
Oh.
This would be like where you would go into the assets and you would find out where the one that does the applause. I think that one would be this one. Yeah, something like that. That's cool. That's super cool. That's super cool. All right, let me go back here. Who's doing that? Nobody's doing that. But this is how easy it is. And I have one that I'm making for actual homeowners that the homeowners can, the homeowners can, let me see here. The homeowners can actually go over there and design their own house and then submit an estimate if they have desktop, but it's a branded one. It doesn't say Christmas Contractor. It just says your own Christmas company name. When they click on your company profile, they can design one and send it directly to you. Mm-hmm. That's cool. But yeah, this is the design studio. This right here tells you how many bulbs at this exact scene right here.
You're on Christmas Contractor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back here. Sorry. This is the design studio. If you had red, white, and blue, you can see that it's 92 red bulbs, 92 pure one white bulbs, 91 blue bulbs, 302 socket wire, your clips. If you went into yard stakes, or if you said, you know what, let's do a reef. Let's do a mixed noble or a Oregon, and see how the red, white, and blue is in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, you want purple. I mean, it just adds whatever color you want. You want to, I mean, just however you want it. How do you want it? How do you need going up like a in it? So you want this bow, you want that lit bow or whatever. You just put it in there, and then boom, add the wreath. Red, white, and blue wreath. This looks kind of weird, but you can put it like that. But it'll tell you like boom, and then you come down here, and then what do you think it's going to say? It has your scope of work. And then so this one shows you like, you see, you would need 2 strands of red mini lights, and then you would need 1 strand of pure white and 1 strand of blue, because it takes 4 strands of lights for that. Mm-hmm. And since it's pre-lit and warm white, if you got a wreath that's a 60-inch that needs 4 strands of lights, then you're going to need a total of 4 strands of whatever. So if it's this red, white, and blue, kind of confuses it. We need 2, 1 and 1, but this is it. It just breaks down every single thing that you need for this. Every single thing, and you can put it all in the cart, including the wreath that is now in there. And it's just a great tool to use. It tracks your inventory. It does everything. It'll be a cool operating system. We're actually working on tenant 0 right now, which is ChristmasContractor.com. But it's very cool. You can do landscape lighting. You can do trees. You can just go down through it. So it's free to use. It's free to use. Anybody who wants to go into a design studio and you want to do this, you want to do the permanent lighting, you want to check it out, understand that I'm still working on it. Okay. And today we're going to make a lot of progress. This is for the first time I've even had time to go through it, but just understand that I'm making some progress on it. And we're working on it. But if you have something, I mean, you can use it for free. It's so cool. And then this is something maybe you would put at the bottom of your customer. And then you can export the screen, download the design image. It'll tell you, hey, do you want to see? Can you see that? I can't see shit. You can save it how you want to. You can, whatever you want to save it. And then boom.
Yeah, it's not moving. So whatever you're doing, maybe it's because it's scrolled down.
And that's all good. It's showing you a different screen. It's only showing you another screen, but it saved it to it. And then you can send it right to a customer. And it's saved right there, and I can send that to a customer. And the great thing about these is if you look at the talent installer one, yeah, that's something that only I can see.
Yeah,
that's only I can see. But if you looked at this is the admin view, so y'all can't see all that. But if you look at the estimate, let me show you something cool. All right. So if you look at this and you have that, and let's say I also did, say I'm going to do some mini lights and bushes and shrubs. And we're going to do, we're going to do this area right here in some red, white, and blue. and then we're going to do this bush, and then we're going to do maybe around some of these bushes like this, and then we're going to do some, maybe we would probably do red over there, but anyway, you get the point. Just for whatever, you get the point. So if we did that, and then maybe we did what's going on? Maybe we did
The clinking is Georgette. She got her tomahawk bone, and she's having a little party with it.
So anyway, we did 2 bows or whatever right there. So when you go down here, and say we also going to do the ridge line. So we got C9 lighting, ridge line, and we're going to have to go right there. So we have that. Okay. As you're doing this, if you had the customer on the phone, as you're doing this, they can see this as you do it, and you can share this with them. Let me go down to say this is recommended or optional. Let me say the ridge line's optional. Let me say the greenery is optional for sure, but it could be recommended. The bows are definitely optional. And on these mini lights that I did here, what the hell's going on here? On these mini lights that I did, I never added those to the scope. Okay. Okay. There's the mini lights right there. So we'll put those as recommended. Okay. Or maybe optional. Either way, when you go to the view of what the client can see, like I said, I'm still working on this shit, but the client view, what is all this crap? Okay. So like you're looking at a holiday estimate, and then here you can say, okay, so this is the estimate, and it's $23.86. But if I did the ridge line, it would look like this, but that adds this to the price. You see what I'm saying?
So you're in the client view, and they can click that and add or remove it.
They can see it. Like if I'm designing it, I can show you 2 screens. If I'm designing this, they can see this as I design it. It's a fully interactive design studio.
Got it.
And then they're looking at this, and they can say, well, what is it without the bushes? Or what is it with or without the wreath? Or what if I added, these bows, or you can actually see it. So as you approve the estimate, this is Major League. As you approve the estimate, you're actually approving the design. So when you send it to a customer, it's not what you thought that had all the options. You're only sending the one to the home, to the installer that is the approved design, not the one that you try to sell them on, right?
Okay.
That's key.
Okay.
And then you can go down here and you can see each one that's in the base, and you can change it from here. But the reason why it's here is interactive. Another thing you can do is you say, here's what Ron said, but how about I just do warm white? Or how about I make the roof line pure white and red, 2-2 combination, but then on the ridge line, how about we do that only in white? And then how about we make the wreath white and red, because I think it looks better. And then how about here we do this one also in only white? Whoops. How about, that one's all the same roof line. How about we do that like that? And so you could make all this red or whatever. So once you get like that and you're like, hey, I like that, then they can approve their color selection, which is cool. So you come down here, stay lit warranty, all your stuff and whatever, and then it shows the deposit, 75% for new. And then they see all that, and then, I've read this, I approved this, whatever, and then boom, sign it, and they're in there, approve estimate, and then it goes on down the line.
Huh.
It goes on down the line. Yep. And then the installer will see the actual approved estimate. This is what the installer would see, something like this. And then they would see it, and then everything's in Spanish or everything's in English of exactly what's approved, the gate codes, whatever. It's got all that stuff. They can call the client, message the client, but they don't actually see the number, and they're sending it through our own inboarding phone numbers.
Okay.
And it shows you all the materials that they have. It shows you their truck inventory of what they currently have. It shows you what is needed for the jobs that they're assigned. And then it'll show you which ones are needed above and beyond that. And then this is where they can add the pictures and all that. So this is like super freaking cool that we're still working on. The warehouse person, what crews have what and which one can be assigned and all the inventory. It's like all there, dude. It's just a couple little connections and we're there. But anyway, that's that. I like the thing I like that's cool about this one is it, you can show like you want a 10% discount, whatever. I always do new is 75%, returning is that. But anyway, but you can see here, because it has based on our pay plan, it shows you all this, what the install is, what the takedown is based on our pay plan. So this right here would be $495.45. If I added this other stuff to it, it would be different. But this is actually not. See, it would change as you change through these things. But so it's $495.45 in labor. You're charging the material cost is $11.13. If you want to buy them at ChristmasContractor.com, you can buy them. And it was cheaper yesterday or 2 days ago, but now there's different. Now it's the regular prices until we move them. But it shows you that the total job cost is $1,600. You're charging $23.86, so you're going to make $776.97, and your profit margin is 32.6%. And this is all based on what? This is based on. I can do multiple sections in here, but you guys can use one. But we'll get there soon. And you guys have the homeowner view, so it's the same thing. I just have the admin view, so I can do it easier. Anyway, but if you look at your pricing. So you can say, okay, well, I'm charging $6 a foot or $8 a foot on 2-story or $6 a foot on ridgeline or $6 a foot on ground stakes or, whatever number, 5.5 or just, 5.5 or whatever you're charging. I mean, if you want to do $30 a foot for permanent lighting or just whatever, you can put your own pricing in there, so it just does all your pricing for you. How much you charge per strand, how much you charge per wreath, how much the bows are, how much everything is. And then what do you want on your estimate? Do you want your stay lit warranty, your lease agreement, your terms and conditions, or what? Or you can also see some stuff like over here onto the right is like if I purchase it versus if I lease it. You seeing that if you purchase it, you need to add tax. So there's $98.42 of tax. But if you're leasing it, you're not actually, it's all labor, right? So you don't actually charge tax. Right. But it has it all down there. And at the end of the day, it'll show you if you use 15-inch spacing versus 12 over the course of like 50 customers, you'll be able to see the difference of what you would have made or how much you're leasing it. And then we have a value that all of your Christmas light materials are half the value next year than they are this year. And they're half the value the year after that. So if you have a product that is 3 years old and it's usually $1, it's only worth 25 cents now. Because it was worth second year, it's only worth 50 cents. If it was worth $1, now it's worth 50 cents. And then the third year it's worth 25 cents. And then the fourth year. So, I mean, it shows you the value of all your inventory, but when you already own it and then you're showing the profit margins, it's a lot easier because you're looking at profit margins on materials that you own and you have in your inventory. The only thing new you have to buy is maybe the bow or maybe something else. And so for me and you, maybe it'll be different because you can tailor it to the true cost that you own these things. Or if it's last year's asset, you can get a full valuation of all your assets. And it's everything right here. And by the end of 2027, this son of a bitch is going to be kicking ass. I'm kind of running out of time right now to make it. But I promise you, it will be better than anyone else who has anything that's remotely close to a design studio and all that kind of stuff. It will blow all that shit out of the water, guaranteed. And I will not stop until I get there. And that's the only thing I can assure you is I just won't quit. Like a cockroach, I just won't go away. I just won't go away. Sorry. I wasn't born like that, and we ain't rolling like that. Anyway. Anywho, I don't know what's up with this. I don't know what's up with it. You look at my screen.
I see that.
It's just like, I don't know what's up with this shit.
It's because what Scott said.
What'd Scott say?
Scott said, if he showed me how it worked, Ron would be out of a job.
Who?
Scott.
Where's that at?
It's in the comments.
Oh. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah. What's up, Scott? Yeah, so this one's cool though, because when it breaks down the material, you can put how you pay and you can put all that stuff. But when you break down the materials, it's easy to see like what your projected profit margin is going to be on that job based on the materials. I mean, you can just see it so clearly, and it does the estimate. So anyway, that's that with the design studio. What else we got? We got anything else? I think that's it. All right, Laura, tell us the business.
Tell you the business. So what is today's date? We're in August.
Yeah.
We're in August. We have some of us are installing in just a couple of weeks. Other of us are installing in a couple of weeks after that. And it's not too late to get started. So get your training. Figure out what you're gonna do. Get your training lined up. If you don't know how to do it, there's plenty of people out there. There are so many Facebook groups. It's not even funny. And there's so many YouTube videos. You can teach yourself. You don't want to pay for it. You can teach yourself online for free.
ChatGPT knows a lot. It doesn't. No. ChatGPT knows a lot, because I do have some questions from the audience before we get off. Because it hasn't been 3 hours yet.
I have turned to the dark side. I have attached my ChatGPT to my work stuff. I now have it at my desk. And I spent some time yesterday teaching my ChatGPT about the Christmas business. So it doesn't know everything, but it does know a lot. But I've had to explain different things to it, like what kind of wire we use, what kind of bulbs they are, and that kind of thing. So it is not fail-safe. Your ChatGPT is not going to teach you how to do Christmas lights. Or, it might be a little bit book smart, but it's not street smart. So, but there's definitely YouTube
Don't
videos.
talk about my ChatGPT like that.
There's definitely YouTube videos. If you know where Kingdom Christmas Lights YouTube videos are, there is free training videos on there that we did a few years ago, and they're even in Spanish too. So, get you out there, get yourself trained, figure out what you're doing, start marketing your business. You do not have to go door knock. You don't have to use door hangers. Yard signs are really great. Facebook marketplaces are really, really great. Get your name out there and start doing it. All you got to do is one. You can always do your own house and use that for your marketing photos.
Yeah. Or do a house that's in a nice neighborhood if you don't live in one.
Or do your mama's house, or do your grandmama's house, or your aunt's house, or your sister's house, and then take pictures. And then you can always move those lights to somebody else's house.
Put them on, take them off. Put them on, take them off.
Yeah.
Put them on, take them off. Put
And
them on, take them
practice.
off. And then do it like 5 times.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Jessica Morales from Tampa, Florida says, if you were starting a Christmas light installation company today with only $1,000, what would you spend the money on first?
Well, you can get a website for free.
Oh, shit,
You
I gotta
can get maybe some yard signs. I would get some yard signs. That's what I would put some money into. I would also put my money into, if you don't have a laptop or whatever, I would get something to do your estimates on. It's very difficult to do them on the phone, even though I do know a few people that do. You don't really necessarily have to have company shirts, but that would be nice if you had a couple t-shirts, $1,000. We started with nothing. We screen printed. If the guys didn't have, we just buy red shirts at first, and then we started screen printing. I kind of learned how to do that.
I was going to put a magic marker and just draw on there.
We did not do
Kingdom.
that. We did not get
no, we didn't
like
do
that.
Yeah. We did the screen printing though.
Yeah, we did the screen printing.
We bought like a $50 Cricut or something like that.
My mom had a Cricut machine, and all I had to do was buy the vinyl. And so
I remember when we also had some kind of cheap ass embroidery machine that we thought like $60 was a good value for an embroidery machine. And then we put that first cheap ass shirt in there, and then it was supposed to be Kingdom, but the KING got stuck in the machine. It just said dumb. And it was like, oh, well, I guess that didn't work out very good.
We still have those shirts, and we still wear them in memory of how we started, so we don't forget where we came from.
Yeah, Jessica, I would say anywhere that you can list your business for free, and I don't care what it is, there's really not a bad one at first. Any kind of Facebook group, Facebook, Yelp, Nextdoor,
Google My Business, Nextdoor.
any kind of directory. I mean, just use, like I said, ChatGPT or just any kind of Google and stuff, and just say, any free business listing place, just put it anywhere and everywhere you possibly can. Just make sure it's the same information everywhere. It's not conflicting because it's different addresses, different phone numbers, or different websites or whatever. Just make sure it's all the same. I would definitely say that. And with $1,000 would go a long way, but I wouldn't spend $1 in advertising. I wouldn't spend $1 in materials. Those two things you don't need at first. You're going to use the customer's money for that. I would spend every bit of that on maybe maybe yard signs, like you said, and T-shirts. But you really don't even need that yet. I mean, you just get your business set up, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. I mean, maybe $20 for a domain, and you can start with that, and then kind of forward it to a Facebook, page for now until you get set up.
Instagram, TikTok page, all that stuff's free.
Mm-hmm.
So put it out there everywhere you can possibly can, and then I'd say yard signs and the T-shirts, because you want to be presentable when you walk on that client's house. If you're doing in-person HOAs, or even if you decide to start going to some in-person houses when you make an appointment, we only do it for certain clients. Mm-hmm. We have one tomorrow that we go to because it's a higher end client. We have a minimum that we will go visit.
$10,000.
Commercial, we'll go no matter what. But
commercial, if it's too complex to see, we have another big commercial, like a $60,000 commercial bid that we're going to this week.
Tomorrow.
And then we have a huge residential
next week.
Anything over $10,000 residential, or these rich neighborhoods that you really want to be in, man, go in there and knock some doors, man. If you can. The really rich neighborhoods, you can't knock doors because it's like a gated community and big long driveways, and you just can't knock doors there. There is no trick or treating in those neighborhoods. It's just not a thing.
If you're gonna knock some doors, go to a new neighborhood that just got built, and they haven't had Christmas lights yet. They have just gotten approved for their loans for their mortgage. Get in there and knock on those doors, because they have the money to get those Christmas lights up. They want to have that house look spectacular at Christmas.
It's their first Christmas in the house.
Now's the time.
It's the first Christmas in the house, and they bought the house for a reason, because they got a baby, they got this. Now they're around all these other neighbors, and now we got a competition going. And it's like, you drive this and I drive that, and your wallet looks like that and my wallet looks like this, and you love your family that much, but I love my family more, and I'm going to show more festive, and I've lived in an apartment my whole life, and I finally got this big house, and now they want to get them Christmas lights and, be a part of that tradition, American tradition. And it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Brad Wilson from Nashville, Tennessee. What's up, Brad? He said, what is the biggest mistake you see installers make when they start getting busy and go from 20 houses to 100? What do you think?
I would say not going to the house in timely manner for a service call. Service calls.
Well, I think 100 properties, you can probably do, two guys can probably do 100, and we start early enough. Because you can do about 5 a day if you're doing smaller ones.
If you go from 20 to 100, you got your advertise going. The biggest mistake is you're not taking care of those clients. Your service calls are falling in behind. They have a big storm and something's falling down. You didn't go back. Or you get your takedown schedule. It gets a little crazy because once you pass that 100 mark and get to the 600, takedown is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true that. That's a good one. Tony Garcia from San Antonio, Texas, baby. What percentage of installation companies' revenue do you think should eventually come from commercial Christmas lighting versus residential?
I think it depends on what kind of company you want to be.
Yeah. I know we've seen some companies, they started out and they only did commercial from the beginning. Remember we met them dudes on that shark trip? Mm-hmm. And they had huge commercial companies, and that's all they do is commercial. I'm like, oh, you started out like that? He's like,
you have to know what you're doing with commercial estimates. Commercial estimates are a completely different animal than the residential estimates. Mm-hmm. You have your terms, your insurance. It's a totally different animal. So, we have friends that do 90% commercial, and we're the other. Well, we're kind of now 80% residential, and we're 20% commercial. Mm. But
I have here's the question from Amanda Carter from Houston, Texas. You ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard of Houston.
Yeah. She said, this is a question for Laura. What was your favorite spot on the entire trip? Miami, San Juan, St. Thomas, or St. Martin, and why? That's a good question.
St. Martin. I'm torn between San Juan and St. Martin. San Juan.
What about Miami? Hold up. We're not even talking about Miami?
I loved Miami. I wish I could have stayed longer. I feel like the trip, even though we were gone for 10 days, I felt like it was very short. It was very go, go, go. But I really enjoyed St. Martin. Like that was my favorite spot.
That was your favorite? Me too. Well, yeah. I mean, the last day, both days in Miami were great. But yeah, St. Martin, as far as the Virgin Islands, the St. Martin was definitely like, I would fly into St. Martin and then island hop from there. That was the way it was set up. And I think that's what I would do. But St. Martin was definitely the best. It was the nicest too. Let's see here. Jason Miller from Columbus, Ohio. What's up, Jason? If someone calls in October wanting Christmas lights but says your price is twice what the neighborhood handyman charges, how do you explain the difference without sounding defensive? That's a good one.
I take this in a different way than probably most people.
Well, usually they don't say the neighborhood handyman. They say, I got a quote from another company is what they usually say. And you're like,
and I'll say, that's a really good deal. What kind of lights are they going to use? Are they getting from, and I'll ask that question, see what the response is. Most of the time they say they don't know, or they say they're getting it at Home Depot. And then I tell them about what kind of lights that I use, what my service is, that we are our service. We are not just, going to throw the lights up there and then wonder if we're going to come back and take them down. I will October. This is going to sound really bad, people, and I'm really sorry. I've been doing this for 8 years and I'm not starving. So I will usually say, that's a really good deal. You should take it because I can't do it for that. I mean, if you want it for $200, I'm sorry that I can't do it for that, but you should take that. And if you have any problems, if they don't come take them down, we will be happy to take them down for you.
Yeah, we've done that quite a few times.
I'm not starving. So back 8 years ago, I may have not get defensive, but I would tell them definitely about the service and the quality of life.
Well, I remember back when I would say things like, well, we got to compare apples to apples. You're saying that another company gave you an estimate, but really it was just a guy who does it in the neighborhood who doesn't actually have a company. Because the more overhead you have, the more companies charge. Like if you're doing business with a company that has a big billboard, or State Farm or something, I mean, someone's paying Jake from State Farm's salary, the white one or the black one, right? The old one or the new one. I mean, all those commercials cost money, and all those are passed on to the customer in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Now, if you have 15 people and you have immediate service calls and you have all these premium products, I mean, it's going to be different than someone who's buying the stuff at Walmart or whatever, or just whatever. The fact that you got a cheaper price, there are cheaper hamburgers out there, but at the end of the day, you have to eat it.
That's true.
So, you can get full at Taco Bell, or you can go to a fancy Lupe Tortilla.
Or you can go to Papacitos.
You can go to Papacitos and get full also. It's just what kind of experience are you looking for, and how important is Christmas to you? Because I don't care how much money you saved. If your shit ain't working, you got people coming over, or if it's falling off the house, it's so embarrassing. You won't even think for 1 second about, I saved $200 when that stuff ain't working and then people ain't responding. It's not like it's something that's not significant or not important. It's your Christmas. That'd be like the kids coming down on Christmas morning and then just saying, for some reason, Santa Claus forgot to come. It's like, what? Oh no, he's not on. It's actually December 28th is when Santa comes. Y'all didn't know that? It's like, oh, that's a different experience that didn't really want to implement into my family traditions. But since you're making me do it, I guess, it's something like that. And I want to trust my Christmas experience with someone who takes it seriously. And we're surrounded by customers who trust us and love us for years. But even the new customers, They had whatever experience they've had, and some of those customers that say those things to you in one season are the same customers that are willing. They see the value the next season. So it's just like people who work for you. Everyone has a season. Some people, they're just coming and going, and they're just there for a small part, and that's fine. It is what it is. Some people are trying to make a career and stay with you forever or whatever. Everyone has a season, and that's just what it is. Okay, so and same with your customers. Your customers have a season where they're trying to be cheap and get something at a good deal, and then they realize that buying furniture at Walmart, it looks good in the store, but when you put that bullshit together and then you move it one time and the leg falls off or whatever, then you're like, you know what, I get what I pay for, and then you say, well, maybe there is a better quality, and later in life you look for that, or as you get more money and start to grow, then you start to realize that my neighbors looks way better, and I'm tired of being embarrassed and stuff, and it's worth it for me, and I want to be the best on the block, and I want to go with a quality company. I mean, it could be the same exact customer 3 years later. So never burn any bridges, keep them in there, wish them the best of luck. Don't forecast bad things happening. They're probably not going to take your lights down at that price, just whatever.
Well, I don't say that.
We're gonna, I hope the best for you. That's a great price. I mean, I would definitely consider that. As a matter of fact, ask if he wants to get some more work. Let me know if he's gonna do it for that price. I'd like for him to work for me. But anyway, Laura, Sarah Mitchell from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know if I like this homegirl, but it says, Laura, what is the one thing Ron does on vacation that makes you say you're supposed to be on vacation?
On this 10-day vacation, so we only buy one internet package, and then we share.
We don't share it. I use it, and every now and then she needs to
and
borrow
every
it.
once in a while I go to get it, and every single time, oh no, wait a second, I just need a couple more minutes, just a couple more minutes, and then I would get it for like 2 minutes maybe, and that's literally because our daughter's birthdays and all this little stuff's happening, and I want to wish them happy birthday on their freaking birthday. Are you done yet? So Ron spent our entire vacation coding and working on the website.
Shitty question, Sarah.
So
shitty question.
What was the question again? Say that question one more time. What was the question exactly?
Laura, what is the one thing Ron does on vacation that makes you say you're supposed to be on vacation?
Yeah. Ron is not on vacation. He's still working, and he's still, I noticed, I have not been on Facebook. I noticed today of all the Facebooking things that he did while we were on vacation, and he doesn't really take vacation. He still works. And then when he get home for vacation, he hits the ground running, and he's still working. So
hey, man,
not taking a break. He doesn't take a break.
No.
Unless he starts drinking too many drinks at the United Club and on the airplane, and then
I take a break.
And that's kind of a break, but we still do videos, which, you may or may not get to see, which he should show one of his.
A few of them.
He showed a few of those, but.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we're a working family.
Yeah.
We're all in this together. We all work together. That's the way it works with our family. That's the way it works. Anyway, but yeah, great question, Sarah, sort of. Okay. And then let's take one more. I don't like that permanent lighting one. Let's go with Fort Worth. I like Fort Worth. Let's see. What's Matt Robinson? Matt Robinson from Fort Worth, Texas. That's DF? That's the FW for DFW.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says, what does it say? What's your opinion on installers buying cheap lights online versus investing in professional grade materials from the beginning?
I would say that we all start from a different spot. You may not have the money to buy, or you might not be charging enough to buy the higher quality stuff, and you go with a cheaper product. And if you're selling it, then you're selling your client a cheap crap. And what am I trying to say here?
You're trying to say that if you're buying it online, it's more than likely a commercial grade product.
I mean, it could be.
It's the ones you buy from Walmart. It's the ones that you don't buy online. Really, you're buying Because when we first started, like if you're charging $400 and then they give you the money, then you're like, oh shit, how do I buy the lights for this? You're like, you have to have the commercial grade C9 socket wire and the customizable. You can buy that from Home Depot and do some things, but especially these days. But most of the time it's like, I'm gonna put 30 strands of lights, and then you're selling it to the customer, so the value doesn't really even matter because you're just selling it to the customer, and you buy some cheap $3 mini lights and stuff from Walmart. And we did that when we first started, and you realize that you're only screwing yourself, even if you're selling it to the customer, because they're coming back next year, and then you're like, oh, I can't install those.
And then you got to replace stuff, and you want to charge them to replace it.
And then every time it rains, the damn lights don't work and stuff like that. And then you're like, oh my God, how much was it for? But when you don't have money, you kind of force yourself into that situation. If you don't charge enough, you don't leave yourself with enough money to even buy commercial grade products because you didn't charge enough. And it's not even that you didn't charge enough. It's you have to buy them by the case or by the spool or, buy these packs that only come in the minimum quantity is this or that. And so if you have 150 feet, they don't just sell 150 feet most places. You have to buy a whole bunch. So unless you have a bunch of customers that you can buy in quantity and then break it off in, individual, it's very tough to do that. For these handyman kind of guys. And then you're kind of forced to buy these smaller packages because you don't have a lot of customers. And that's kind of how it starts in the wrong direction. But you get your feet wet, you get to go up on the roof, and you get to get a little bit of stuff going, but you have to change your company name every year, or something.
Yeah. We don't call the online stuff so much the cheap stuff.
No, online's usually good stuff.
The Lowe's, the Walmart is the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
But online, you can find some decent quality stuff.
Box store, they call it. Jason calls it box store. So if Jason Woodward calls them box store stuff, well, that's what we call it.
Yeah. There is some cheap commercial stuff that's not going to last. And if you're leasing it and that's your product, you're going to be replacing it next year when you're trying to charge, certain pricing or whatever. So you just got to watch who you buy it from. There's plenty of good quality stuff, and there's some very cheap quality stuff. And I don't want to name names. Cheap.
Yeah, we don't want to name any cheap ass names. Okay, so Rachel Simmons from St. Louis, Missouri. We've been to St. Louis, Missouri, right? You know where Trans World is?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Rachel Simmons said, what's one service Christmas light company should be selling that most installers completely overlook?
Greenery.
Yeah, absolutely.
I cannot toot the greenery horn enough. Greenery is a very, very high profit margin, and it looks beautiful and luxurious and all those things, but greenery is a gigantic profit. It's amazing. When people want to take their wreath off for the next year, I get very upset with them because I make money off of that. My garland.
Wreaths and greenery. Just wreaths, greenery, that kind of stuff. That's definitely something that you should be selling as far as a service. If you have a big customer that has multiple, like 20 trees and stuff, you're going back there fixing that shit. I don't care how great of a job you did. If it's in a public space, there's always going to be a problem. Someone tripped on it. Someone mowed over something. Squirrel. You're just going to be back there every week. Okay. So I would say those scheduled maintenance package. So let's say we install it, say October, the first week of October. Okay. But you don't actually want the lights on until November 8th. That's pretty typical, right?
Or Thanksgiving for some of the HOAs.
Whatever. So whenever they say that they want to have it installed, how many weeks, if it's weekly or bi-weekly, until Christmas? And so it'd be 1, 2, 3, so it'd be 5. It would be like, say, 6 weeks. So then I have 6 weeks, 6 visits at this much per visit. Just charge the scheduled maintenance in advance and put it in there so the property manager doesn't have to bug you. No one has to bug them and say, hey, did you know the lights are out at the intersection of this and this again? And whatever. It's just going to happen. So just have the money up front so you can go up instead of taking all your profit away every time you're like, oh shit, I have to go back out there again. I'm going to start charging them to reset the circuit breaker because it ain't my lights. It's the circuit breaker. It's only when it rains, but it's got to be it can't be me and the lights. in situations like that, go ahead and have a scheduled maintenance so they don't just, he's here on Mondays and Thursdays and he just looks at it and he makes sure it's good and they just fix it. So if something's out, it's not going to be out more than 3 days. They're here every 3 days or just whatever, and whatever level of service that they want, charge them a scheduled maintenance package for big commercial profit. So that's another service that I would sell.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Stephen Parker from Montgomery, Texas. He must be right down the street because that's right down the street from us.
Yeah.
What's up, Steve? Make sure you buy your Christmas light materials from ChristmasContractor.com, homie. He said, Ron, you've talked about AI changing business. What jobs inside of Christmas Light Company do you think AI will handle within the next couple of years that we're still doing manually today? What do you think, Laura? I think anything and everything that has anything to do with a mouse and a keyboard. If you do it with a mouse or a keyboard, 100% can be automated. Everything. I think every single salesman job, all that's all completely automated. The only thing you have is the installers. I don't think that's going to be robots going to take over that anytime soon. It's just not going to be cost effective. But any kind of the sales, the marketing, any of that kind of stuff is all going to be automated 100% by the end of next year, not in 5 years, but in next year. And an AI team will outwork any human being, period. This hiring human beings, unless you're actually going to go out and personally shake hands and meet people face to face and do that old fashioned kind of phone calls and stuff with an actual real person, unless you're going to be doing that stuff, salesmen are just pretty much useless in this industry, because most of the time all the jobs are already sold before you even get there. In our industry, it's sold over the phone before you even show up, and you're just showing up and just trying to provide the level of service that you sold over the phone. But I think anything that requires a keyboard or a mouse, if you're touching a keyboard doing something or a mouse, it's 100% it can be automated. Okay. So that's that.
So to answer my question that Ron asked and then talked over me. So far, I have canceled our Photoshop membership. I make all of our ads. I used to use the Adobe and use Photoshop to make all of our ads. I don't do that anymore. AI has taken that over. Also, if I'm looking for different HOA numbers or different people to contact, they also have been doing that search for that. They will also compose my email, so I don't have to pay an assistant to make my mass emails to go out to different commercials or HOAs or whatever. That's happened. It's also taken over my assistant space on my calendar. I just it looks at my emails, tells me when I answer. So that's taken over just in the last week. That's gone.
Yeah. Well, that was just because she just decided to do it in the last week.
And I just started doing it and using it.
I've been there.
Ron's been already doing that. But as far as what I've gotten rid of, I don't have to make my own. I mean, I still tell ChatGPT or whatever to what ad I want and how I want it to look, but I'm not creating it on my own anymore, which takes time. When you're making your own ads, it takes some time to do them. Ron does that, and you can see all of his AI stuff where, doesn't exactly look like us, but, whatever.
I mean, I could sit there and spend more time, but really the point is like, just like those videos on vacation. I didn't edit those videos on vacation. As soon as you're done, I schedule this stuff out for the next 2 months. That's the reason why that little blue hat that I was wearing for one episode, you've seen 50 videos already, that every single day there's like 2 or 3 videos that are all the way till October. They're already scheduled. It's just the whole entire season is just automated and scheduled of everything. I mean, whatever you're going to say on, Veterans Day or this or that or whatever it is, scheduling out all of your stuff. And then when something comes in, what's your morning schedule? Anything that you do, you can automate it. In the morning, what do you want to hear? You want to hear an update of this and a recap of all your emails. And then I want you to go ahead and formulate a response to all those emails that I can approve. And I want you to look at this and check my schedule. And here's the way I think. That's what Joey's talking about, a second brain. That's more than just ChatGPT with a memory from one chat to the next. What is your grounded database of truth, source of truth, and all your information is on. I mean, you don't have to have like your folders in your computer. You just type into your dashboard that I'm looking for this, and 2 seconds later, is anything and everything in the world that you want is boom there. Hey, I want a list of all the homeowners associations, all the car dealerships. I want the names and the addresses of every single car dealership that's in my local area. How would you do that? AI, 100%. There's no way a salesman could do that faster. I can have 15 AI agents getting every single, the 9,000 the 9,000 contractors in the country. That took me a week and a half to get all of that, and names and phone numbers and everything. It was a 3-part process, because you can't just grab all the information. It's a 3-part process, but it's just 9 AI agents, different lanes going out there looking for different stuff and then enriching things. And to the point, I had that list in a week and a half. I could have sent all my assets are pointing in different directions right now, but I could have all of those just focusing on that kind of stuff. And then sending the emails out. And then when the email comes out, here's what you say next. I mean, you see Transworld just got scammed. You've seen that post that they did. And it's just, they just sound, the AI is so good, it sounds like a real person. And they're calling and saying, oh, I'm representing this and this. And just people, they could not even tell the difference, that it wasn't even a real person. It was just an attack of bad characters calling people. But the point is not that someone did something bad. It's just, you could just have people, I mean, calling that sounds so real that they could just call. But if someone comes in, here's my flow. When they come in, then here's what I'll say, and then send this back, and then you can damn near take it all the way to a sale. I mean, I think AI, you can pretty much put the lights on the house, figure out how many feet it is. I mean, all of that stuff will be all automated very soon. And some of this stuff that are old veterans that have been doing this forever, and they have all this industry knowledge and stuff, slowly but surely, it's self learning, that the AI learns from AI, and it's just getting smarter and smarter. The more that you pour into the AI, it keeps learning, and learning good things, learning bad things. So that's why the need for guardrails are there. But that's a whole nother conversation. Last one. Mark Davis from Miami, Florida. You got the last word, dog. Mark Davis, after everything you've built and everything you've learned, if you had to start completely over tomorrow, no customers, no employees, no reputation, but you could keep your knowledge, what would you do in the first 30 days to build a Christmas light company again? And it's cool because I've done it like 3 times. I mean, I get it.
I don't know. We've learned a lot in the last 8.
So the answer to that question is, it depends on what 30 days we're talking about. Because if it's November, you don't have time to do much except for just to get a quick Facebook page, put a couple signs out there, and just kind of, figure out a process from somebody, or ChatGPT a process, and have it put it together for you and how it's going to work, and have that give you a starting block. And then, for like what an estimate looks like, you can probably have it do Google Sheets and make something that looks halfway decent without spending any money whatsoever on anything, totally free. And I would probably do something like that. But if it was in the middle of the season, I'd just be putting signs out and just kind of doing like what a regular handyman would do, and just get in while you can. If it's 30 days, like in August, like right now, I would definitely be working on getting the business and advertising the business anywhere you could. And I would definitely be leaning heavy on AI to do everything for me. That's what I would be doing, no matter if it's this business or anything else. That's exactly what I'd be doing. And that's what I love doing, and I wish I was doing it full time. But I'll probably be doing Christmas lights probably for the next 2 years, maybe. I don't see myself doing Christmas lights after 2028. I want to retire and just get straight into coding and just get a full pocket protector. I'll be like a cool computer nerd, but like one that I don't really watch Star Trek or Star Wars or anything like that. I'm just like a cool jock
courtroom
nerd.
TV guy.
I'm a cool nerd. Not a Trek Star Trekky nerd. I'm like a cool nerd.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I want to be a cool nerd when I grow up. Anyway, yeah. I appreciate everybody listening on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, our RSS feed. It always surprises me how many people around the world that listen to our podcast, and they can't even see the pictures and stuff that we're explaining, but I appreciate you guys. I really do. So if you're listening to us and you're hanging out with us and you're staying with us, definitely appreciate that. And all the people listening, it seems like people have been staying on us the whole time, right? So I thank you for all the 15 people listening. You make it worth it. And we're going to try our best to continue coming every single Wednesday. We missed last Wednesday for the first time, but we're going to continue bringing it every single Wednesday. So stay connected with us and definitely consider coming to the networking with us at the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind. The ChristmasContractor.com 2026 season kickoff. Definitely make plans on being in Houston, Texas area. We'll pick you up from the airport if needed or whatever, but definitely be there and hang out with us during that. And then what's your final words, Laura? Oh, what's up, Doug?
What's my final words? You want me to just say the one line? That's it?
No.
Say that
no, this
exit
is
thing?
like Jerry Springer. Like after all the fighting and you was, no, that's my sister and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden he says something really intelligent at the very end. You're like, dang, there's like something really intelligent on Jerry Springer is actually pretty smart. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought he was just instigating fights, but he's actually pretty smart.
It's actually not too late. I know it's the end of August and it feels like it's too late, but it's not too late. You can get your business listing up there. You can get your Google My Business. You can start advertising for Christmas light installation, and you can start getting those estimates out there. It's not too late to start, but you got to do it. You got to start. You got to make that first move. And what are you going to do? How are you going to make that first move? And
yeah. And before you tell people get off their ass and get busy,
I wasn't even going to say that. Go ahead, keep going.
You weren't?
Nope.
I would say, look. Right now, you're listening to this podcast while you're pressure washing in your earphones. Or right now, you're watching this podcast later. You're not watching it live. Most people, we get like 500 views on each one of these little clips. Most of the people are watching it later because they're busy working at 3 o'clock. They're just busy working, okay? There is a sacrifice that needs to be made if you want to do Christmas lights full time, okay? It's not something that you're just going to automatically do it with your 9-to-5 attitude. Okay. That will not get you there at first, for sure. If you want to ration off a 9-to-5 lifestyle, you're going to be a slave each and every day till the alarm clock wakes up and the sun comes up and your ass gets up and it goes out there and works every single day. And you got to ask permission to have a day off or a week off or looking at benefits and company, all this nonsense. Because if you don't have the discipline over yourself, you have to work for someone because you have to have someone tell you what to do. That's the only way that you can survive and pay your bills is someone has to tell you this is what you need to do. And I'll make sure that you have enough money to pay your bills, at least a little bit more than that. But that's not the life I want to live. Okay. I don't want to live that life. I want to live a life of abundance. I want to live a prosperous life. I want to have enough money that I don't have to actually do anything in the middle of the year. Okay. That is not going to come from 9 to 5. It's not going to come from thinking small. It's going to come from thinking big. It's going to come from dreaming big. Okay. It's going to be putting massive action and working your ass off. And then after Christmas, you have an abundant harvest. It's the harvest season, not the planting season, which we're in, not the watering and tilling season. The harvest season is when you work your ass off when you're a farmer. That's the hardest that you'll ever work. But that's when you have an abundant biblical success harvest. And that is going to be the fruit of you taking it seriously so you don't have to do that other one-off service. This seasonal business can be a full-time business if you take it seriously. If you truly stayed on it all year. I was talking to David Merle today, and he was like, man, I'm just all this work that I'm doing and stuff like that. I want to be just like you. I don't want to do this roofing and all this other stuff. I just want to do Christmas lights just like you. And I've been putting all this work in here. And man, now the phone's ringing. Now I've gotten more calls. I've never gotten this many calls in my life in August. And I got people on the books and the phone's ringing off the hook. It's like, It can be like that, but it's not going to be like that if you don't treat it like that. And it's not even about the industry. It doesn't even matter what industry that you're in. It doesn't even matter what you do. If you take it seriously and you max out, you think big, you grow, you implement everything you can, you hire the best way you can, you have standards, you have a process, you stick to it, you stay faithful to your process. Every time you break your process, you remind yourself of why you have a process, because usually it never works, right? Almost every time. You have a process in terms and conditions for a reason, okay? Put everything you have into it. For the next 3 months, if you just take it seriously for 3 months, you can change your life. And if you don't take it seriously, don't even want to fucking hear a word about it. You deserve to be out there working every single day in the hot summer sun or the cold winters or whatever it is, and stressed out about these things because you didn't take it seriously. That's it. That's just where that's where the rubber meets the road. This industry, you'll make more money and you'll wish it never stopped, but you are the one that keeps stopping because it's 5 o'clock. You are the one that thinks that you want to have 3 or 4 days off around Thanksgiving to hang out with your family. That's you. And that's totally cool. That's totally cool. But you get in what you get what you put into it, right? Mm-hmm. What's the best way to say it? I was gonna say put out, but that, you putting out, that sounds a little different. You get what you put into it.
Yeah.
You get what you put into it. If you put every single thing and you leave it all on the table, there's no such thing as losing. That's definitely a winning season. If you gave it everything you have, and then how the hell do you double next year when you did your very best and gave everything last year? And the thing is, it gets easier and easier and easier every single year. For us, it has. It's like damn near autopilot, it seems like. But growing and doubling and doing it, you owe it to yourself to do it. This is the season, and right now it's freaking go time. Right now, stop everything you're doing and get into the Christmas light business and take it seriously. That's the opportunity. That's the opportunity. And you can't say that you haven't heard it, because you're listening right now or you're listening later. This is the opportunity. Get your ass executing, because most people, they'll ask you, well, what advice do you have? What advice do you have, Laura, for this and this? What advice do you have? The thing is you already know that you should be doing certain things that you're not doing. You already know that you're falling short in certain areas because you're not doing things, or you're doing things you shouldn't be doing. You know that. Most of the stuff you have it in your mind, you're supposed to be. You don't need me for motivation. It's a throwing yourself on the cross daily. Every single day, you need to say, dude, what do you want? Look in the mirror and be honest with yourself. There's too much lying going on. There's too much lying going on about what you think and what you think you are. Look in the mirror and be honest. Stop lying to yourself. Be honest. What are you really trying to do, and what are you really capable of? And go out there and fucking go get it. Go get it. You deserve it. Your family who's depending on you deserves it. All right? And it's going to be a sacrifice, right, babe?
Totally.
There's going to be some things that you're just not able to do those things because you're at war, fighting for the things that you want, fighting for the life that you want. You're at war. You're at war with yourself about, I just want to, because I have $20,000 in the bank right now, so I'm going to go out and have fun and go on that vacation and shit. No, you can't. No. That $20,000 be gone so damn fast, especially when you got to take it down and pay taxes too. Divide that shit by 12. That's what you really got in the bank. You don't have anything. Keep moving. Keep moving. But that's what I would say. I mean, now's the time. You probably won't do it. And the ones that are already doing it, who knows? But now's the time that you really can change your life. There's a lot of good people out there that install and they teach and they run companies and whatever. I know a lot of them. You can see them online. They're running these companies. They're teaching. They're doing things. I think the Huge is next week, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's next week.
So.
I thought I heard. And people have like classes, and these people are like, they're also installers, and that's cool. I don't have anything to say about it. The guys that are running the businesses and however you're running it, they're doing it and they're teaching and they're selling. I mean, cool. I definitely would listen to someone who's actually doing it. That not someone who's sitting around the fucking Thanksgiving with their feet kicked up watching football that has zero stress. That you couldn't even wrap your head around what this person is going through that you're teaching because you've never been there. You've never been in the hot seat. You've never been in the, oh my God, I have to do these 50 things, but I have to choose 10 because there's only so many hours in the day and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. That kind of stress. You know, get with someone who understands that, because when you put yourself in that situation, it forces you to want to solve that problem because you're the one who went through that. You're the one that went through that abuse that you put on yourself with that bad process, and you force yourself to fix that shit because you don't want to live that life anymore. That was a crazy mistake, and now I do it, you know, whatever way you do it or whatever. Go with someone who has some battle scars. You know, someone who's been there, someone who's done it, and someone who obviously is willing to share some time and teach you and help you out. But most of the stuff you already know what you should be doing, and you have access to ChatGPT, which can point you in the right direction, like way more than 10 years ago before they had that kind of stuff. I mean, you just got, you just kind of just did it your way, and you figured it out from there. But that's how we did it. But now, yeah, all the tools, now's the perfect time to be an entrepreneur. Now's the best time to get into the business. But the hard workers are always the cream is always going to rise to the top, period. And just because you're not smarter than someone else, the fact that you're just a hustler, okay? Those guys putting out those 1,000 signs, we have guys buying from us, and they're putting out 1,000, 1,500 signs and stuff. It's like, Jesus, that's like a full-time job. I mean, literally, they finish the day at 5 o'clock. Or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night. And then at 10 o'clock at night, what do? Go home, chill, relax, watch TV, Netflix, right? No, hell no. They are out till 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, putting fucking signs out, right?
Yeah.
Every night. They get done at 10 o'clock at night. Okay, cool. We ain't done. It's 10 o'clock at night. We ain't done. Let's go put these damn signs out, man. You got to put out like another 200 signs, man. Let's make sure every single intersection and every single place, anywhere, everywhere has got one. Those are the hustlers that are getting it because they're just out working you. They're just out working you. So, you know the winning recipe. You got to go out there and go get it. And if you want that life, it's there. If you want that average, mediocre life, it's there. If you want that living off the government and not doing shit, it's there too. Any kind of life you want to live here in America is there for you. You can grab it, or you can just default into it. But if you're hearing me right now, and you really, really, really want to change your life, you're in complete control. You just got to get off your ass and get busy.